limits of debate in this country are established before the debate even begins, and everyone else is marginalized. They're made to seem either to be communists or some sort of disloyal person, a kook, there's a word, and now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute, that powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
Now, folks, long day today, and last night. My kid is sick with a fever, so that's daddy daycare today. Tonight, hi Shirley, I'm not going to do a video sharing. Usually, lately I've been doing showing a video and just kind of going over some points that I might agree with, or that I found to be similar to what I've been looking at. I think what resonates and what should resonate to everybody is if you want something to change, you need to be on the same page with other people who are in that situation. I mean, whatever the situation is, and it's affecting a group of people, if you want anything to change as far as that circumstance, you have to be on the same page as to what's going on. If we can't even get there, we can't come up with a solution, because everyone's going to come up with their own solution and they're going to go do whatever it is that they are going to do. That's why conspiracies are a thing that I'm chasing. I'm going to go ahead and show a couple of quotes that I picked. There's only 3, but we'll go ahead and just kind of talk about it. All right, one, this is by J. Edgar Hoover, okay? If you don't know who he is, he's FBI director. This was quoted in Elks magazine in August 1956. He says, "The individual is handicapped by coming face to face with a conspiracy so monstrous he cannot believe it exists. The American mind simply has not come to a realization of the evil which has been introduced into our midst. It rejects even the assumption that human creatures could espouse a philosophy which must ultimately destroy all that is good and decent." Makes you wonder why he said that. He's stating that there's a conspiracy so monstrous that everybody is pretty much just handicapped because they can't believe that it exists. Now why? Why would he say that? Kind of makes you think a little bit, I hope. Director of the FBI is saying that there's a conspiracy so big. Maybe it's to throw you off, right? Maybe wants to throw you off so you can just keep figuring out, hey, all we need is a politician we like to be in office and everything will be better. Or, hey, let's just keep writing these petitions to the people who are in charge and hopefully they can change their mind. There's nothing that we do currently or we're doing to actually make them change. It's like asking a bully, hey, could you stop bullying me and beating me up because, you know, it's not nice. Can you just stop beating me up, please? And they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, we'll stop beating you up. We're good bullies, you know. We only bully the people who don't ask not to be bullied. You guys gotta get real. Come on. All right. Let's see. Here. We heard this type of quote before quite often, but this is someone different. He's Vietnamese, I think. His name sounds it. Not Han. I don't know how to say it very well. I'm not Vietnamese. He says, in order to rally people, governments need enemies. They want us to be afraid, to hate, so we will rally behind them. And if they do not have a real enemy, they will invent one in order to mobilize us. Why do you think he says that? Why do you think that's a quote? That's a saying. Why Why do you think, not me, why do you think he would say that? Is that truth, or is that just some lie? Is that just some governments, or is it all governments, or is it just one government? Something you have to think about, and that's the thing, you have to think about it. Just because it's something that's so monstrous that, hey, you can't think that it's actually happening, or think that it's true, or believe whatever it is that you want to do. You don't want to look into it. Then we can't get on the same page. We can't make a change. Because you think everything's all fine and dandy. Yeah, it's just the way things are. Don't you understand? Like, who are you? You're just some nobody in a basement telling me these things. And then it's like, no, I'm just a nobody in a basement telling you people who've gotten to a particular station in life that's way better than just me being in a basement saying these things. Why am I, a guy in a basement, listening to these people while you're like, oh, no, basement guy, basement dweller, no. That's why I'm not making any quotes. I'm quoting from people who are not in a basement. And if you actually do your research as to where conspiracy theory came from, well, that's one thing. Here's another quote. Here's by Chris Sanders. I looked him up. He's just he's an artist. I don't know. I never really heard of him before, but the quote was pretty good. He's not a basement dweller. The use of conspiracy theory as a derogatory, as an epithet almost, is something the propagandists have perfected over the decades, and it's a useful tool for limiting actual dissent and other points of view and information that might be inconvenient for a policy agenda. Look, if there's never been a conspiracy in the history of a day, okay, I'm with you. All right, tomorrow or today, there's no conspiracy. All right, there's no conspiracy today because there wasn't one yesterday. Well, has there been a conspiracy within a week or a month? And then you go, well, has there been a conspiracy? Will there be a conspiracy in a week or a month? All right, have we had conspiracies in a century or a decade or a century? Yeah, provable. Will there be another conspiracy within a decade or a century? Yeah, most likely. If there's been one in the past in that same time frame, yeah. Most likely in the next time frame, we'll have another one. Now, how many conspiracies, actual conspiracies, have there actually been within the history of, say, 400 years? And then you take that and you go, okay, within now and the next 400 years, how many, that's the possibility. Now, okay, it's not going to affect us in our lifetime, so we're going to have to dwindle it down. You know, how many conspiracies can there be within, say, 20 years? 2 decades, that's a good time frame. In the last 2 decades, how many conspiracies have there been? How many have proven to have existed within the last 20 years? Now, all you have to do to prove me wrong is say, hey, there's been no conspiracies ever, no conspiracy theories that have come true. No one looking into conspiracies have ever come to fruition that there was an actual conspiracy. And I can just tell you otherwise. And where am I going to get my information? I'm going to take it directly from the government. I'm going to tell you, hey, these people have been looking into it. Eventually, it forced the hand of the government to reveal what they were doing, and they revealed it, and hey, it was a conspiracy. And the political system and the justice system decades ago did this. They don't do that now, but they did this years and years ago. And you're gonna say, hey, you're just a crazy conspiracy theorist. You're gonna follow the propaganda. You're gonna follow what the CIA made up. Thank you, Shirley. All it requires is just a little thinking. all it is it requires a little bit of research, and your initial thought is always going to be, no, I'm not going to go down that path. No, I can't think that they've done that. And this is when I get into something I talked over before. Is I have a in-law who found out within a year, sometime this year, that his father is not his biological father. He found out that his mother lied to him all these years, and look, that's a game changer. That's a world changer. It changes everything. Not only that your biological father is out there somewhere that you know nothing about, but that your mother, if she lied with this thing that is so big for you as an individual, that your entire life she had this big huge lie, and you're wondering, what else has she lied about? If she can lie about this, everything else that's less than it can easily be a lie, because one, it's easier for her to do a simpler lie than the biggest lie of all. Second, how can you trust her if she lied? If she lies once, and she knows that she hasn't been called on it, and no one's figured it out, it's gonna be easy for her to lie again, because she knows she's most likely not gonna get caught. And how did he find out? He just did some type of DNA test, because he was looking find out his ancestry through ancestry.com, etc. I guess that's the one good aspect about finding out your DNA. Hi, Eric. So that's the other thing, is he found out by himself his mother was gonna keep hiding it. Until when? Till she died or he died, that the father that reared him wasn't his biological father, and she always told him that was his real father. I mean, he kind of had hints, because it's like his brothers, they didn't look much alike. So he kind of figured, hey, something is weird. But yeah, it took him to figure out the truth. Finally, the person who was lying to them confessed, because look, you can't hide the truth forever. You can't hide a lie forever. And then what else has there been lies about? Hi, Rainbow X. So look, I don't care how bad it seems, how bad people might think of you within it. Look, being a conspiracy theorist is not an easy way to live your life. I'm telling you, you go out for a job, it's like, hey, you got all those conspiracy theory videos. You know, we're just not into that conspiracy theorists. We might be a little bit too insane to have this position. And all it is just, look, we're looking into something where powerful people have planned something that wasn't very that wasn't very nice, something that was harmful to another group. That's all a conspiracy is. And conspiracies have happened in the past. Individuals have conspired. You know, if there's a term in the justice system, you know what it's called? It's called to conspire, conspiracy. You could conspire to kill a group of people, conspire to rob someone, conspire to beat them up, conspire to a whole bunch of things. Whatever it is, it's just planning to do something harmful. That's actual term. You can look it up. People who have gone to prison for conspiring. Okay? So first, we got to get rid of the mindset that conspiracy theories or conspiracies have never happened in the past. That's just a simple one. And that to have a group of people that's never going to conspire against any other group of people or an individual ever in the history or in the future of mankind, you're naive, is all I got to say about that. You're naive. And if you really think that, just let me know and come on here and we can talk about it. It's, you know, it's fine. Government's gonna solve every problem. Is that what your thought is? come on in, talk to me about it. Tell me how great the government is, how great the other governments are around the world, how great UN is, how great NATO is. Just tell me all the great things that they're doing. And then I'll mention some of the bad things that they're doing. And then go ahead and say, you're gonna be like, no, they don't do bad things. And I'm gonna show you the bad things that they do. And it's gonna be coming from not me from a basement, it's gonna be coming from someone who's more prestigious, I guess you could say. So that's all it is. And of course, a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, conspiracy theorist. What other conspiracies are we going to cover today? Is that what it is? Stable genius progresses? Well, you come in and tell me, prove to me that those aren't conspiracies. That there have never been conspiracies before. That there aren't really things that don't add up. And that's all it is questioning. And people don't like me questioning. And I'm going to keep questioning. Red versus blue. Which camp are you going to be in? The red camp or the blue camp? And that's just, I'm not talking about Republicans and Democrats. If you don't know about the red and blue camps of when something happens and a takeover occurs, you're either red or you're blue. And you know what that means? Red means, yeah, just keep them in prison. Blue, or I don't know, maybe it's red is dead. Blue, you keep them alive. They'll be your slaves. They'll be compliant. Red, I think that might means dead because it rhymes with dead. You're on a list where kill immediately because they don't even want anything to do with you. You don't think you're on a list? You don't think the government makes lists? How about no fly lists? Do you think those don't exist? So you think government's not keeping tabs on people? You think they're not surveillancing people? So I take it you're in a camp that Edward Snowden, all that he revealed was fake. Or maybe you're the conspiracy theorist and what the FBI or the NSA or the CIA did was they faked all the stuff that they were doing just to scare people. That no, we're not going to spy through you with smart TVs, which they're just pushing out left and right. Smart TVs. Can you find a non-smart TV you can buy these days that have the highest quality picture? Look at an OLED HD TV. And tell me, can you find an OLED HD TV that's not a smart TV? They're not making things where it's not going to be a smart TV. They're pushing AI. They're pushing the Internet of Things. They're pushing these things. Whether you like it or not, they're pushing it. Technology-wise, policy-wise. Heck, there are a lot of people out there, I'm pretty sure, that are going to not want 5G. That they're not going to want smart TVs, and sales might be down in actuality. Just like sales are down with cable subscriptions. People are not wanting it, but they're forcing things to change. They're forcing things to happen. That's just the reality of it. Now, why are they forcing it? Oh, that's something you never thought about. Why? It's like, why not? We're in the technological age. Of course we're going to go ahead and advance everything. If we're in, well, why didn't we just keep advancing nuclear weapons? Why didn't we keep advancing our space missions? Not just landing on the moon, but actually setting up stations on the moon. How about even mining on the moon? How about using the moon as a base point in order to travel to other satellites? What I mean by satellites is like planets and stuff like that. Other planets out there, or asteroids, or things like that. Because, look, I think there's even engineers and scientists that talk about it, where they say, hey, if we want to go ahead and make it to other places, we're going to have to use the moon. They say that. So why haven't we been using the moon? Makes you think. And if the government, especially the U.S. government, is so great, why the non-transparency? Just answer me that one. I just want to ask you, why aren't they transparent? And you're going, no, they're transparent. They tell you everything that they do. Oh, yeah? What about classified? What about FOIA requests? What about hundreds of FOIA requests? What about redaction? How come they have all that? How come they sign non-disclosure agreements and all this other stuff within the government to the public? Have you ever heard the term for your eyes only, or damn, I can't remember. I don't know. Trying to remember that term. It's a term the military uses, I think. Oh, for national security. That's what it is. Can't reveal it because of national security reasons, or it's under investigation. Have you ever heard about that? You don't want to interfere. They don't want to interfere. It's under official investigation. I'm sorry. You want to know about anything about my life? It's under official investigation. No, it's not. But that's a way just to tell you, hey, you can't ask questions here. We can't let you know anything that's going on because it's under official investigation. It's like, hey, the officials who are investigating, they're corrupt. It's like, I'm sorry, it's under official investigation. All right, so that's where we're at. And basically the ones who don't agree, people who are against this train of thought, will never show up here. You'll see them all day in live chat. They may make a video of it and you'll never see their faces. We don't even know if their voices are real. And you know what we were going to call these people? I like how Max Egan says it. We're going to call them agents, because we don't really know who they are, whether they are government agents or not, or maybe secret organization agents or not, or agents within the matrix. If you really want to go and say this reality is not a real reality, it doesn't matter either way if you think it is or not. I don't care. Whether it is, you're still existing within it, and you need to make any changes within it. You're gonna have to come to a conclusion to get, in order for it to change, you're gonna need other people, and you're gonna have to figure out, hey, what's the problem? What's the truth? What are they hiding? How do we reveal that truth? How do we get it out there to the public? How do we fix this? Because government's not in the position of fixing things. They're in the position of covering it up. Now, do you ever see government really just saying, hey, we did this, you guys. We're sorry. We'll fix it. They don't ever say that. Not once. And that's all I ask. Hey, find one time where they said that. They go, hey, here's a conspiracy. No one's been asking for it, but we're just going to let the public know about it. And look, nothing's redacted. This is exactly what happened. You know, maybe they have. If they have, I feel like that would be more of like a psyop. It's like, hey, that didn't really happen. What are they pushing here? What? We're going to investigate. And, you know, have any government agents ever been forthcoming as far as, hey, this is exactly what happened. Look, you can investigate anything. Here's the autopsy report. Here's the autopsy person. Here's the person who found the body. Here, you go ahead and ask questions. They don't say that. They say shut up. And do people die under mysterious circumstances because of investigating things that are being covered up? Yes. Or is that just a conspiracy theory? Have government agents killed particular people? Assassinations? Yes. If you say no, I'll tell you, hey, here it is. Here's a time where they did. Here's not just one time, here's multiple times. And there you go. Agent, I got you again. I don't know how much you're going to change in live chat, basically. People who are still listening to me right now, they're in sync with me. They are knowing about what's going on. They're with me to this point, because otherwise my 10 people who are watching on YouTube, the 20 or 30 people who are watching on DLive, you know, they have better channels to watch. They have better people to watch. They have better looking people to look at. They have better backgrounds to enjoy while someone's talking. They have better voices where they can hear and listen to. Someone who's more soothing or calming or more literate. Someone who has more proper enunciations. People who don't have as much filler in their talk. Sometimes I say, you know, or a bunch of other things. But you know, one thing that they do know, I try to do this every day, and I don't have a teleprompter. The reason for these fillers is because, look, I'm not reading from a teleprompter. I don't have this pre-scripted. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I have an idea of what I'm going to talk about, but basically everything's just on the fly. And therefore, it's more genuine. And I like the idea of more genuineness, and that, hey, everything that we have to use, that we've researched, that we have in our mind as far as what we consider legitimate to what the purpose is in order what we want to accomplish, that's in our heads. It's out there in videos. It's written down somewhere in description. It's there. It's readily accessible. Someone points out that we've gotten to this point where we don't need to remember things anymore. What we have to do in order for us to come up with what we need to know is we just search for it. Or something that we have, a device has it, and we don't have to even remember the number. Think about it. Can you even remember one number on your cell phone? I don't. I don't even know my wife's number. I've memorized it at one point, but I don't. My mom's number, I don't. My brother's number, I don't. If I need to call some people, if I was in a bind, like I was in jail, you know, you get your one phone call. Do we even know if you can get your one phone call? Probably not anymore, because hey, if they don't want you to have your phone call, they don't want you to know that you're in prison for something. They could just send you to Gitmo. You don't get your phone call there. But even if you did, it's like, well, I don't remember my phone call, the number that I need to call. Can you give me my phone? They're gonna be like, no, that could be a device that you're gonna call some media company. I don't think they care, because they know the media company's not gonna do anything. So yeah, there's that. And it's these agents, not necessarily trolls, just agents, just come in and have a discussion, because, you know, if you really want to change, you need to stop working for this system. The system that you think so great, I'm going to tell you, hey, the system is not so great. And if you think they're going to protect you, I'll tell you all the times where they haven't protected people within the system that was for the system. You're not going to like it. But you know what? You have the opportunity to come in and convince me otherwise, but I don't think you are, because you're scared. There's fear. And you'd rather hate on me than hate on the system. And hey, that's fine with me. You're the agent, not me. So the new term is called agents, because we don't know anything about them. They won't show up. They're too scared to show their face. They're too scared to reveal their voice. They're too scared to reveal what they may not know, and that's fine. There's plenty of things I don't know, but I'm not scared about it. They're too scared that people might think of them as being dumb or crazy or stupid, or they don't look very pretty. Hey, if you want to see something that's not pretty, why are you still watching this thing? I don't think people care about how you look, especially not on here. I mean, probably the prettiest people who came on here are the trolls. I'm just kidding. There's some pretty people here. Oh, 346. How are you doing, 346?
Hey, it's me, Jibber now. Remember me?
Yeah, Jibber Jabber. How you doing, Mattress King?
No, this is Jimmer. I'm not the mattress king. I'm the basketball guy of Bakersfield. You know, I'm Korean.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So, what kind of agent are you?
What kind of Asian am I?
Yeah. What kind of agent are you?
Agent? I don't know what kind of agent I am. I do basketball.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened? We lost you there. Are you still there? Hey, can you come back? Hey, agent, Asian agent. Hello? Are you there? Oh, something must have cut the feed. I wonder what that could have been. So, there we go. We saw agent number 1 on a show where, let's see, 15 people are watching. Wow. I called the agents and they came. 15 people on YouTube. Wow, that's pretty crazy. You must have like it only shows 9 on DLive, but usually it's probably higher. You just have to refresh every once in a while. Agent? Hello, agent? I know my channel is really big. You know, I've got 843 subscribers. Most of them want fishing videos, and I've got fishing videos up to kazoo that I haven't released. And you know, if I'm lucky, a video will break 100 views within a week, maybe more, longer. But yeah, typically live, I haven't reached like 50 people live in a while. But why are you guys coming on here? Mattress King, Agent King Smith, whatever it is. I mean, you should keep trying. I think I like that you try. I like your voice. You know, you try hard to mask your voice. It's horrible. It's like me doing an impression of somebody. So, all right. Now, to the point. How do we get on the same page? The thing is, we have to let people do it on their own. I'm sorry. You know, I don't like that people have to come get to the same page on their own time. That, look, we can't force it. You know who forces things? The government. Individuals, people who are free, who espouse freedom. You don't force our hand all that often. And usually it's only because we're made to. Otherwise, we're just hypocrites, just like the government. We don't want to be hypocrites. We don't want to be like the government. We don't want to force people to do things they don't want. Do what you want. Hey, that's even as saying the so-called Luciferians want or believe in. I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, it's true. Do what you want. If you're gonna do something bad, someone's gonna probably want to know, find out, and make sure it doesn't happen to them or their loved ones or people they care about. You're gonna be fucked in some way eventually. And most of the time, the things that you want to do, someone else within power is gonna use it against you, and you're theirs for your life, pretty much. So really, you may not want to do all the things that you think you may want to do in life. And that's the reason, you know, when I'm listening to Max Egan, I'm starting to think that he's got great points. Not just one, but many great points. Maybe we as humans, yeah, the humans, not the reptilians. I haven't figured out who the reptilians are. He doesn't call them reptilians. He just calls them, I don't know what he calls them. He just calls them non-humans. He calls them psychopaths, really. Because the psychopaths will do whatever they want without a care as to what happens to them or anyone. Although, of course, that's what a psychopath is. Their brain is just wired differently. But there are humans out there that aren't psychopaths. You got humans out there that've got not just one gun, maybe 5 guns, 10 guns, 20 guns. They probably even have some grenades and rocket launchers. Do you think they use it on anybody? Do you think they haven't been angry? That they haven't been depressed? They haven't turned crazy enough? Maybe it just doesn't happen that often. But you know what? There are people out there that do. And do they use it? No. So psychopaths out there, they will use whatever weapons they have, but us humans who really are humans, who have empathy, who are wired the way you're supposed to be wired, no, we realize there's consequences. There's things you just don't do because there's things you wouldn't want others to do to you. And that's the golden rule concept too. Hey, maybe it wasn't Jesus' idea, but it's attributed to him, right? I was going to share something and I can't remember what it is that I wanted to share. You know, one of these, this thing isn't about just me talking, and we can't get on the same page if it's just me talking. So people who want to come in and talk, how do we get to the same page? You know, we can't force it, but it's important to. You know, I've alluded to it in the beginning of the videos. It's just the analogy of finding out, of my in-law finding out that his mother was lying to him all this time. Especially the biggest thing is that his father wasn't his real father. So, why, thank you, Asian man, agent. You know what I was gonna do? Let's see. And you want to talk about psychopaths? Here's one. Damn it, I can't remember. Give me a second here. Someone come in and talk. Let's see. I can't find it. Where is it? I wish I could find it. Oh well. I'll find it some other time. But basically, I think I was watching The Outer Light, and he was saying how I think it was the people who one of the two brothers within was it Jack the Ripper or something? I don't know. Basically, he was a serial killer and cannibal. I think he was in prison for like 60 years or something. I don't know how long. It's getting released for good behavior. How about that? Yay! You think we don't have a crazy system where they're going to go ahead and release a serial killer and a cannibal? Not just one instance of this, but like multiple instances. Yet, someone who whistleblows, someone who was a victim of being the pedophilia, whatever, being the kid who gets raped, charging against others who are pedophiles, gets like 30 years in prison, and yet they're releasing people who are cannibalistic serial killers. Go find it. Go see if you agree with it. You don't think the people in charge aren't psychopaths? Don't know what to say. I mean, this is as much as I planned on saying, I guess. That this is where I was going to go with it. And again, I didn't really think about what else to say. People want to come in here and do an open topic. Anything goes. I'm for it. I think the agents would prefer that because they're not liking what I'm saying right now. They want their own truths. Fine, have your own channels. I don't see any videos on your channels, agents. I don't see any content on your channels, agents. Hey, agents, how about you make a video saying how I'm an asshole or I'm Papa's asshole? At least someone out there is brave enough to not be an agent and come on and talk to me live, face to face, using their voice, not caring a lick about what others think about what they're saying. That's why I will credit Chad as someone who I can have a conversation with. I would never call him an agent. I don't think he's right, but heck, I don't think other people who come on here are right either all the time. Sometimes I'm wrong. I'll fess up to it if someone proves me wrong. But of course, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. You'd see it. You wouldn't be following me if I'm wrong all the time. Heck, even once, just name once where I was wrong. That's fine. Call me out on it, because I won't know. I won't be able to change if I didn't know I was wrong about something. And you gotta help convince me, because either it happens on my time, on my own, and I figure it out, and then it's just me changing. But maybe I'm gonna change for the worse if you don't come on. You know, come on. You don't have to make your own videos. You don't have to have your own channel and make videos. You can just do it all on live chat and just convince me. Just convince me. I'm really gonna care. But at least the agents who are within my live chat, you guys are consistent and keep coming back. I'm gonna try to convince you to come on sometime. I'm gonna convince you that the government and the system that you support don't care about you. Heck, George Carlin even said it, didn't he? George Carlin, where are you? George Carlin. Maybe I will show a video. I could just show George Carlin videos all day long, really. George Carlin never gets old. He doesn't. He does not get old. He's dead. That's why he doesn't get old. But seriously, yeah, he doesn't get old.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The big, the wealthy, the real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. They're irrelevant. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets, and they own all the big all the big media companies. So they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. You know something? They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back. so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Man. You know?
He's great, George Carlin. You know, maybe we'll just have a George Carlin night. Pick your favorite George Carlin bit, and we'll just play it back. And here's the thing, agents. You know your agents, obviously. It's easy to find out. You are owned. You are a slave. You are not your own master. How do you like that? Does that anger you? Does that make you hate me? Do you disagree? Well, can you do what you want? Can you say what you want? I don't think so. Can you go tell your master to fuck off? No, you can't. Why? Is it because of your weakness? Probably. And talking about weakness, how powerful are you? And how powerful is your master? Are you going to come and shut this down? No, you can't. You're powerless. Does that make you angry? Yes, it does. You can't shut me down. Nope. You can't shut me up. Nope. You can try and kill me. I don't think you will. You and your master will probably send someone else who's more capable. You can't do it yourself. Does that anger you? Yes. Do you hate me for it? Probably. But do you hate your masters for that you're a slave, that you're owned, that you're weak, that you can't do things by yourself for yourself? You don't think about that, do you? Are you thinking about it now? Yes, you are. How great is your master? It's like being a cow in a pasture. You know, you're just a slave. You can't do anything. Yeah, your life is great. You know, you imagine one day you'll be free. You just need, you know, wait and your master will let you go. Yeah, they'll let you go. They'll kill you. And you're not useful anymore. But how useful are you now? Can't even stop a channel. You can't even stop a person from saying what he wants to say. To talk about the things or show the things that he wants to show where there's only probably 10 people watching. Shows how powerful you are. Yeah, you're not powerful at all. And shows how much I'm not afraid. This is me. This is my domain. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm showing. I have videos almost every day. How many videos do you have? Agents, just need to tell you, if you want a change, you're not going to be able to do it yourself, because we know you're not capable of doing it yourself. Heck, I'm not even capable of doing it myself. Need other people out there, because if it's just me, I'm just a crazy guy. If there's 100 people, hey, it's just crazy 100 people out there. If there's 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 people, you don't call 1,000,000 people crazy. You call 1,000,000 people, hey, they know what's going on. They're finally woke to the truth. They're going to do something about it. They know that the corruption, the people who are in power are corrupt. And they're going to take them out. They're going to kick them out. You don't call those people crazy. You call those people sane. You know what's crazy? When you've got millions out there that don't do that. They know they're getting fucked in the ass. And they're just made to like it. Not that, you know. have anything against that. All right. Look, people could come in. Let's give you another chance, Mattress King. How's it going, Mattress King? Anything you want to say? You angry? Anything about your masters that you like or you don't like? You ever tell your owner that
I can do everything I want to do on YouTube.
Okay.
Just like you say. You know? I was doing Howard Stern videos, now I'm doing NBA videos.
Okay.
Like the NBA?
Yeah. I used to.
You know?
I don't watch sports anymore.
I'll give you an example of my work. You want me to do something?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Da 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 da. Hey, it's me, Jim Renam. I'm a NBA fanatic, and today in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard got traded to Toronto Raptors, man. I mean, he should have come here to the Lakers, man. What the heck's a Raptor? What do you have that as your god dang darn mascot, Toronto? I hated Jurassic Park. Kawhi Leonard's just gonna come over here anyway. Da 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 da. See?
I think you got a little bit of work you need to do before you can make it up on CNN. Hey, TYT has a sports channel, you know. You should go ask them for a job. You like TYT? TYT Sports, I hear it is great.
You sound like you're a little upset today, Ebon. Why?
Oh, I'm not upset. I'm happy. I love my life. I love my freedom. I love I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. I can say what I want to say, and I don't have to be afraid of saying it. Isn't that interesting? Are you afraid of showing your face?
Probably want to kill me because I
afraid of showing people your real voice, your normal voice? Do you always have to act? Do you have to be fake?
This is my real voice. Look it up. You can look up my Jimmer Nam on YouTube, and you can hear me talk about the NBA.
Sounds good.
Da, 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 da.
Why, thank you, Agent. I'm pretty sure that show is taking off to great heights. But, you know, I like it. I like that there are trolls and agents within my show. You know why? Because I feel like I'm on the right path. It's like, hey, if you're on the wrong path, they don't care. They're like, hey, the systems of control in place are working. It's working. We don't have to do anything about this guy. Look, this guy's just talking about Star Wars all day and social justice warrior stuff. Talking how bad Trump is. Of course we all know how bad Trump is. They're taking sides. They like this divide and conquer. Hey, look, this guy is being yelling at people. He's hating on people. Look at how many views he's getting and subs. Look at the way he dresses. Look at the new cameras he got. Look at the microphone, microphone. Look at the new background this person's got. Wow, this guy. We like this guy. He's into the system. He knows how to play into the system. He knows how to move on up the pyramid. But they don't like us when we stay grounded. They don't like us when we refuse to play the game. They're like, hey, why can't you just be compliant and just do things like everyone else? How's it going, Nash?
What's up, my man? You didn't call me a troll.
I know I didn't call you a troll. You're just an agent, Nash.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
When did I become one of those?
You know I don't think that about you. You're at least half an agent. Maybe you're an agent that's coming on board with knowing that your masters keep you enslaved. That's as much as I can say. Or maybe you're just afraid, and that's fine. People are afraid because this is a system where they'll kill you if you get big enough to make a difference, right?
Dude, I'm Peter Strzok's underling, man. I'm totally an agent. I'm
at least you
all over
confessed.
you guys. Everything you say, I'm recording. And one day, I'm gonna write a novel.
Well, that's great. Hopefully I'm alive to read that novel to say, bullshit. I am not a non-pompous asshole. If you're gonna call me an asshole, at least make it so it's a sir asshole.
Who called you an asshole?
I don't know. People who don't like me. But that's okay. Assholes are useful. They serve a purpose. They spew out shit, but it's only because there's only a certain amount of shit you can handle. Asshole's there for you. Look, if we didn't have an asshole, we'd be full of shit. You gotta put things in perspective, you know?
Yeah, I know. I reflect sometimes on life, you know. You gotta look back, you gotta see things with new eyes, and you gotta laugh at certain things, but yeah, I think I agree with you.
That's good. Makes one. Actually, Shirley, I think, might make 2. Eric might make 3. Dave, I think he's on the fence. Zox, maybe, I don't know. Zox, I don't know about you yet. You could be an agent, but you're an agent that I like. Just because I call you an agent doesn't mean I don't like you. I think there are some agents where, you know, I think they're finally getting on board. They're finally seeing the picture. I mean, it's like the agents that have to watch porn all day, pedophilia, eventually they're the ones who start engaging in those things, right? So if that's the case, then maybe when you keep watching me, you'll start engaging in what I'm talking about, right? That the system is corrupt, you're not free, you're enslaved, you're not your own master. The master's not going to do anything for you when when you live past your usefulness because you know too much, you've done things too much. You're part of the system that can't be exposed. So you're waiting for someone like me, someone like Max Egan, someone like a couple other people who say, hey, end this corrupt system. Let's finally get together and do something about it in mass. Not just individually.
Bullshit.
In mass. Was that, Nash?
I don't blame you for your paranoia because there's, especially on YouTube, because I would say 50% of the channels you'll probably subscribe to, 50% of the people that you think you can trust are shills.
Yeah. Trust me. I've experienced through it. I think there are some shills out there for sure. I'm not going to call out their names yet because I still don't know. I still have my reservations. Whether those reservations are because I just think the humanity aspect of these people will eventually win over. I'm thinking they don't really have a choice. They need to exist within the system that they're supposedly fighting against. But until you're finally out of the system, I'm not finally out of the system yet. But until I'm part of that wave that are fully out of the system to create their own, and we can't create a system as an individual. We need a group. We need a group of groups in order to form a system. Otherwise, it's not a system. So, and to end a system, you need to get people or groups out of the system. But if there's nothing else to go to, or another area to move to, that they're not going to leave. There's nothing else out there. It's like being stranded on an island and you don't see any islands around you. You're like, well, I'm not going to just go out into the middle of the ocean not knowing where there's another island or a bigger island. They go, hey, things are shit in this island, but at least it's an island that I can live on. So
yeah, I mean, come on. Gilligan did okay. Hey, little buddy.
Hey, they did great. I would live on Gilligan's Island. You had some pretty good looking gals. You had a beautiful view. They're able to live decently well. They had a scientist, right? who came up with a lot of cool gadgets. There's a whole bunch of coconuts.
Professor and Marianne.
Yeah, it was great. I actually, you know, it was what's her name? Were the two girls, not Mrs.
Ginger and Marianne.
Ginger and Marianne.
Dawn Wells.
Yeah, I actually like. I as a kid. I mean, this is when I was young. I think it was like pre-puberty. I was maybe it was early stages of puberty, not pre-puberty. Ginger, I thought Ginger was hot. Marianne, not so much. I thought she was too talkative. But I also thought Ginger was too overly dramatic, so I didn't like that. I don't know.
Well, that was it. She was playing the part of Marilyn Monroe, being very seductive and over. I mean, the whole show was overacting.
Yeah.
Overacting.
Yeah. True. Don't really have much to say. What about you, Nash? You've been down this path for years, and
yeah, I'm getting pretty sick and tired. You know, it's stressful. You know, you do this, you know, every single day for year after year, and sometimes it you know, you got to take a break. I mean, it actually drove me to drink a lot harder than I used to. This whole truth community, because the truth sucks. It's that bad that I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Like, how did you get to this conclusion years ago? What part made you start drinking? Which part of it?
Well, I was always a drinker, but I was not a heavy drinker like I am now. Mm-hmm. And I think it was, you know, realizing that, you know, we're being lied to, we're being, you know, robbed. You know, 9/11 was like the big catalyst. When I saw Loose Change, I lost my fucking mind.
Hey, is that Shirley?
Yeah, I'm the Russian troll.
Never call you an agent.
Nostrovia.
There's one person I will not call an agent, and that's Shirley.
Shirley, you blew up that guy the other night. He wasn't used to an awake person calling into the show. He was just like, oh my God, this person knows shit.
What guy are you talking about? The other night?
The other night, the radio show or the talk show you called
Tim
into?
Black?
And...
Oh, you talking about Tim Black?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, there's an awake person on the phone.
Yeah. Shirley, sometimes I wonder why you even watch so many shows, because I think people should be calling into your show, because you've got a lot of information that's been vetted, I would say. I mean, some people...
I try.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. You try it, and a lot of us try too, but you kind of... Your vetting process, whether it's instinctual, is very... at least to me, accurate. And for me to vet something, I'm spending hours. I'm just going back, looking for sources, back, and more sources, back, and see, okay, which source is more usable to maybe even, if I even get to have a discussion with someone who doesn't believe it, is I show them the sources that I show them and say, hey, okay, if you don't believe it, then do you not believe the government when they're telling you that they're doing it? So I've got some ammunition type of thing. But it takes me hours.
The same thing. I find out something, I have to go research it first, because I don't want to come out there not telling the truth like they do those fake death jokes on Facebook.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that. Fake death jokes?
Yeah. They be saying somebody died, and I'm like, oh, I ain't hear this. And I go look, I'm like, well, they alive. What the hell are they talking about? I hate when they do that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that happen. I remember that. That was a couple years ago.
They still doing it.
They're still doing it?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Because somebody said Bill Cosby was dead one moment. And I'm like, he's not dead. He up there Cheltenham, PA at his house.
That's funny how those things go viral. Because they go, oh my gosh, they're really dead, and then they realize, hey, I was fooled. Maybe that's a good thing.
The people don't research on it.
Yeah, maybe that's a good thing, right? Because it shows. Go ahead, Nash.
Oh, I was just going to say that's a sad story about Bill Cosby. I actually got to see him live, and I mean, it's just incredible. You know that this is happening. Like, wow, he's one of the best performers, best storytellers.
Well, like Paul Mooney said, nigga got a wake-up call finally, because he's a comedian. Do you know who Paul Mooney is?
I don't know who he is, but that's a funny quote.
I don't, Charlie, but
he's an old-time comedian. You should look him up. He's very intelligent. He puts you in the mind sort of George Carlin. Yeah.
Paul Mooney.
I think he's blacklisted because the things that come out of his mouth, but he be telling the damn truth.
All right, let me play back a video of Paul Mooney. What's a good one? What's a good skit that he did?
My husband was watching something tonight. It was interesting. He was talking about he said Michael Jackson's not a pedophile. He was just ex-foul. I was like. And he was just talking some stuff, and I'm like, wow. He's still on tour. He's old here. He was in movies back in the day. I think he played in one with Bill Cosby or something.
Okay, yeah, there's one that says comedian Paul Mooney predicts Bill Cosby scandal. It was 2 months ago, but it must have happened.
Yeah, his name sounds familiar, but I can't connect the dots yet.
If you see his face, because everybody think he's gay.
Here we go. We're gonna play back this.
It's like that Woody Allen. Is that a freak? Woody freaky ass Allen.
Yep.
Some people raise their own grass. He's growing pussy. Ain't that a bitch? Had that little girl since she was 9. Is what you wondering on about? That a bitch, because I got the nerve to say it? Ooh, he's tearing up that pussy. Please, come on. It's a damn shame. I hope you don't marry that girl. That's legally his daughter. She'll be her own mama. I hope you don't marry her. She'll be talking to herself all the time. Can I go out? Oh, sure, take the keys, stay out. Thanks, Mom. You seen this new movie? Make room for daddy. Oh, I didn't mean that. I love it. Protect that little freak. Fuck him. I don't care because he's creative. That don't change him from being a little freak. He's a dangerous little motherfucker. I'm sure you let your little 18-year-old get an autograph. Go up and talk to Woody. You won't ever see her again.
Boom.
Milk carton. Missing. Last scene, Woody was signing an autograph. Cool shit, ain't it? I mean, we all like a little fried rice, but come on, Woody. You know what I'm saying? That's some dirty shit. It really is. His own goddamn stuff. I can't get over that shit. That shit is amazing to me. And Mia Farrow with that little angel's face. Oh, that white woman is telling them, ain't she? They believe anything Mira said. Oh, and then he screwed the squirrel. And I got that on film, too. I caught him in my clothes a couple of times. He's a little freak. They don't believe anything Mia says, ain't they? That's some funny shit. Mia said for $7 million she forget it. Didn't she say that? Yeah, she said $7 million, Woody. We can forget this little altercation. And for $14 million, you can have this other daughter. No. I love this. I feel like Diana Ross got the background. You guys is right there like the Supremes. Ooh. Oh. That's why she got rid of them bitches. I have to get rid of y'all. Dirty mother. Anyway, I'm just being cold because you know why? You know if that shit was reversed, let that have been Bill Cosby did some shit like that. Oh, when I'd have been talking it out, would they be oohing? Oh, these white people be going, yes, that black freak. Selling that jello to those kids that didn't fucking them. Bill's marrying the little girl that was in the jello commercial. What? Nigger. But it's little Woody, little white man. He does movie. I never have liked Woody. He don't have no niggas in his movie. Fuck Woody.
And it's pretty good. I didn't know about Paul Mooney. I'll have to watch some of his stuff.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's telling the truth about Woody Allen. Hollywood don't want to call him out yet, but he's one of them.
Yeah, because he makes movies for him. Good movies. And actors and actresses all over.
I gotta say, man, yeah, I know Woody's a crazy man and he's messed up, but his movies were fucking hilarious. Love and Death, Sleeper, Take the Money and Run. They were so fucking funny. At least I thought they were.
Yeah, I mean, they're talented. Just because they're good at one thing doesn't mean that they can be weird.
How can you marry your daughter?
Well, we're bombarded with that. We're all celebrities are, in the cult. They're all messed up. But we still, for some reason, watch them and like them. I mean, come on.
That's
because I used to like Johnny Depp until I found out what a piece of shit he was.
Because what else is out there? What alternatives are there for movie industries? And if it's an industry, they've got their hand in it. It's like, that's the thing, is we need to create alternatives. If you want to watch movies again, good movies, and you don't want to be a part of the system where you've got the people in power that's in that industry engaging in pedophilia or raping people or doing all these things, then create an alternative industry where that doesn't happen. But there isn't one. I mean, the closest thing are like these people who are doing podcasts. They're doing their own thing, creating their own content. That's as close as you can get to it. And so the same thing with the system. Hey, our system is corrupt. Our politicians are corrupt. We need an alternative. Otherwise, no one's going to do anything about it because there's nowhere else to go. So once we're all on the same page, in order to make a change, we either fix the problems we can, make people accountable, or we create an alternative system where we get people to move to. If that's the only way, if you want to do it without violence. The thing is, the violence is going to happen anyway, because once people start moving to that new system, that's not where these people aren't in power, they're going to commit the violence. So in order, there's going to be violence no matter what, but at least we can show that they're going to be the ones that start it. I mean, they're the ones who's starting it now, but we forced our hand. But we can't, so that's the thing. Once we get on the same page, hey, we don't like what Hollywood's doing, where else we're going to go? We don't like what our government's doing, where else are we going to go? We don't like anything without... Go ahead.
Lord Rockefeller, said competition is a sin, and there's a lot of evil in this world, and that's why I always say we got to focus on what unites us instead of what divides us, because it's real easy to divide us.
Yeah,
super easy.
And we even got to take the people who are not the power players within the current existing system. Like, look, agents, we're gonna need agents like you guys, but you guys gonna be free agents, not owned, not a slave to your master. We need agents like you within the new system. We need people who knew about the other system, who are too scared to speak out because of all the of all the things that they would do, the people who speak out, the whistleblowers. We need the police, the good police. We need people with a military background who see the corruption and the bad practices within the current police system. There's a lot of things out there, a lot of people out there that don't like the current system, but there's nowhere else to go. So if there's nowhere else to go, we need to find where else we need to go.
Or we have to get out on the streets like they do overseas and protest, and they be in the thousands.
Yeah. Heck,
they be in the thousands.
We can't even get like 100 people out there for Julian Assange.
Yeah, that's a disgrace. I told you what my hairdresser said when I wore my shirt. I'm like, oh my God.
Free ass. You know, we just need a free ass movement. People will go out there for free ass. We just add the NGE afterwards. I'm telling you, Shirley, we just gotta wear these free ass shirts, and in the back we'll just have the NGE just kind of, you know, continue on. People will be on board with free ass. You're gonna have like
a lot
five.
Of people don't even know who Julian Assange is.
Yeah, they're gonna be like 10, 20 people following you, Shirley, when you got a free ass T-shirt on. Hey, I might have 10, 20 people, guys behind me when I got a free ass T-shirt on. You too, Nash. Hey, we can get a large following of free ass inge.
Okay.
I don't know. Just an idea.
Our media is doing a journalistic malpractice royally. Yeah. Royally.
But here's the thing with the media. Here's the great thing about media and alternative media, independent media. We've seen it happen. There was an alternative. There is a place where people can go to, right? To get their news, to get their commentary.
But you got to pick and choose which independent media, too.
True.
TYT is total mainstream media.
Yeah, but there's alternatives out there. We can find people out there that are doing good news, like real journalistic news and commentary. There's an alternative. And that's the thing. We need to have alternatives in place for people to go to. Otherwise, they're not going to leave. Of course, some people just won't leave, like your husband, right? Your husband won't leave your his mainstream media.
He has that crap on as soon as he come home from work. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
I can watch whatever I want. They're not telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh. But I've had a lot of people on YouTube. A lot. But I listen to Mike Rivero every day. He's a conservative. But like he said, he would have voted for Bernie Sanders if the Democrats didn't rig the primary. A lot of Republicans said that.
Yeah, they did. Even a lot of Democrats said that.
Is that the guy from Hawaii?
Yeah. I don't agree with him on a lot of things he say, but he's pretty good. He talks about the wars and stuff, what's going on, and a lot of people don't know about what's really happening in Palestine.
Yeah, no, I used to listen to him a lot too, back in a while ago. I haven't listened to him in a while.
The thing is, once Bernie Sanders got on the same boat as the Democratic Party, I haven't really been listening to what he's been saying or doing. Is it bad, Shirley?
Yeah, I just can't believe he's going along with this Russia stuff.
Okay.
He knows damn well they cheated him.
Yeah.
I just remember that day Barack Obama summoned him to that White House, and he looked like a totally different man, and Jane looked like a totally different woman.
Where did Bernie celebrate his honeymoon?
Russia. They're going to use that for him if he run again in 2020.
Well, do you think he's going to become a Democrat Because he can't run in
I
the
don't know
2016
if he
primary.
can't even run because what's that new rule they had?
Yeah, he can't. So that's the question. Is he going to run as an independent in 2020, or is he going to become a Democrat in case he wants to run in the 2020 primary if he does want to run?
Can I save you all the suspense?
Yeah, sure.
He was a Democrat in 2016.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I hope you like Trump because you're going to get him for another 4 years.
No.
If
you didn't see my episode, Hillary Clinton's going to win in 2020. I hope you like Hillary Clinton for eternity. She's not going to...
Oh, no way, man. I'll bet you a bowl of
She's
Chiapino.
not going to win.
I don't know. A bowl of what?
I'll bet you a bowl of Chiapino.
What's Chiapino?
Chiapino, it's a seafood soup. It's incredible. A lot of shellfish.
You know, hey, at least wager me something that I could use.
You can't use some food?
What's your favorite? What do you drink? What's your poison?
I drink Bud Light.
All right, Bud Light. All right, we'll have this wager. Hillary Clinton's going to run in 2020, and she's going to win. And she's going to win in 2024 if she's alive that long. The loser
alive that long in 2024. Oh my God!
The loser has
that means they're going to rig it again.
The loser has to drink 3 Bud Lights live. Well, we won't be able to see you drink it, Nash. Damn it.
All right, so I'll get a camera.
Okay, there.
I know. I'm long overdue.
Yeah. Hey, but you got like 2 years. 2020. 2.5
Yeah,
years.
that's true. No way is Hillary gonna win in 2020. No way.
Here's this is why I wish you were on when I had that segment on. There's no ammo that Donald Trump can use in 2020 that he used in 2016 against Hillary.
Yes, he can.
What?
That uranium deal, he's investigating on that now.
Yep. And is she going to go to prison?
No,
she's not.
They're cousins.
Exactly.
They're cousins.
So when
they're family, they're related.
Exactly. So if Donald Trump's, he said in 2016 because you'd be in jail, right? And he always called her Crooked Hillary, right? So in 2020, Hillary goes, you can't call me Crooked Hillary anymore because you told me, hey, if you were president, you'd be in jail. Well, look, I'm not in jail. You're president. You said it. It's not true then, or you lied. Either way, it looks bad on Donald Trump.
Well, he needs to get rid of Jeff Sessions because he told Jeff Sessions to investigate her. And I don't think he's doing it.
Trump even said, something about, I messed up by choosing Sessions.
Yeah.
I remember when that was out there for a minute.
And Donald Trump can't say that he wouldn't interfere in foreign relations. And then guess what? Is our wall built yet? Did Mexico pay for it yet in 2020? No. Another piece of ammo to use that Clinton can use. Can Bernie Sanders run again where the DNC is going to have to cheat in order to get Hillary as the nominee? No, because you have to be a Democrat. So all the ammunition that was there for 2016 isn't there anymore for 2020. Hillary's got the advantage.
I hope she don't run. I hope she do not run.
Trust me, I hope the same thing.
Because I can't stand that woman. I ain't like her when she was first lady because she just seemed like she was so cold and out of touch, and still is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you become a witch. She belongs to a coven.
Yep.
And that's the real deal. She belongs to a coven. She really is a witch.
But witches are supposedly good these days. Have you seen that they have witch wardrobes within Vogue magazine, the latest issue?
I don't know. I mean, You know, Anthony Bourdain's, you know, ex, or that girl with Asia Argento, she admitted straight up, I'm a red witch. I'm a witch. I'm a witch. Yep. You know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Yeah. Conjure up all your power. What the fuck are you talking about?
Who's the other?
Hey,
man, you women got it good.
How? How women has it good, Nash?
Because you get everything you want.
I wouldn't say that.
Damn.
I don't know.
Women have power, though.
Maybe it'll be better for it'll be better for the women soon. I mean, glass ceiling will be broken in 2020. Aren't you happy about that, Shirley?
Hell no. It was supposed to be broken in that glass room where she was at. She was too fucking arrogant to show up and come in front of her supporters. Some people, them shills was walking and working for her, and she couldn't even show up to concede.
Yeah. The Force is female, if you didn't know that, Shirley. God is a woman, Ariana Grande. She even sings about that.
Well, my thing is, I wouldn't want a woman in there, especially with they different hormones and going through different mood swings and shit. I'm serious.
Well, my favorite moment from 2016 was when
I'm a sexist.
Sorry, go ahead, Nash.
My favorite moment from 2016, I think it was 2016, was when Wolf Blitzer was drinking his champagne and celebrating Hillary's victory.
Really? I missed that.
I missed that one, too.
You guys didn't see Wolf Blitzer dancing at the party when they were counting in the votes, but right before they declared Trump president? Wolf Blitzer was there drinking champagne. You didn't see that clip?
No,
he was dancing. He was like, woo!
I gotta find that on YouTube. I know they got it on YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's out there.
All right,
what kills
me?
Me?
Here we go. I'm gonna share it. There's a lot.
Yeah, we won. We're CNN. We fucking tell America what to think. Hillary.
Look at him. Look.
It says here that was at the DNC. That wasn't before. That wasn't before Trump's win. Let's see. Yeah, that was just.
But that wasn't before Trump won.
No, that was before. That was when she won the nomination against Bernie.
Didn't Rachel Maddow cry?
I don't know. Did she? For what?
Hillary lost.
That's a different title video. That happened when they thought she was winning the presidency. They changed that. That's fucked up.
They changed it?
That was definitely when the night that they were announcing the presidency, when they were counting the votes.
They must have.
Eric said, after look up the Hillary Clinton lost, the election reaction. I know that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, you're going to see some jaws drop. What?
I was sitting here calm, cool, and collected. I said, Trump would have won. My husband's like, no, he not. No, he not. No, he not.
Has been telling you, leaving her supporters there in shock as she concedes to Donald Trump by picking up the phone and calling him.
Fox News senior political correspondent Mike Emanuel is right near the Clinton headquarters in Brooklyn, New York.
Ooh, Ainsley Earhart. My girl.
At some point, she's going to address her staff and then maybe make a public announcement. Mike, have they given you any indication of her agenda today?
gathered at her election night event, expecting it to be a celebration and to be historic. Late night after 2 a.m., her campaign chairman sent those supporters home.
We're still counting votes, and every vote should count. Several states are too close to call, so we're not going to have anything more to say tonight. So listen to me. Everybody should head home. You should get some sleep. We'll have more to say tomorrow.
A short time later.
John Podesta. I hope he's
He
not
is too arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
I got something to say about the Podesta brothers. It's out there in media. You have to go onto the Republican website.
Okay.
News like Zero Hedge, Truth Dig, and stuff like that.
Yep.
Both the Podesta brothers are going to be given secret immunity so they can prosecute Manafort.
That's just a way just to get them.
They covering Hillary's ass for
no
what
shit, and I don't like that deal one bit, man. The Podestas need to go down. The Podestas need to go down.
They do.
Yeah. It's all part of a game. It's the system. They're in control. They're gonna make everyone. They're gonna have fall guys within it who aren't in any real power at all. Look, this is an easy prediction. They're gonna protect the power players, and they're gonna have their patsies.
This is what they do. This is why Strzok was up there laughing at the American public. You know, I'm above the law. I'm above the law. Hillary is above the law.
Oh, he looks so evil at that hearing. Oh my God.
Dude, that guy can move. Have you seen him dance? You want me to show the dance video? You know you like that video.
I'm just saying, these people are above the law.
Yes, they are. There is no law. There's no law to be above. There is no law. Law is in place for everyone, not just. No one can be above the law. Otherwise, it's not law.
And Obama running around being a damn shadow president.
Yeah, here we
go.
I
know. Why don't these people just retire and play golf? Why do they always have to show up again?
I think he's the first former president that left office, never went back to his hometown. He crossed the Washington near the White House.
All right, your favorite person dancing to your favorite song, Shirley. I'm just kidding.
This my shit. All the girls stomp your feet like this. Few times been around that track, so it's I have been like
that. Hey, everyone can do that
crazy.
dance. He's like a serious expression, then he smiles, and then he goes.
Lisa Page threw his butt under the bus.
And I have my questions about Gwen Stefani too.
Yeah,
she's been seen at parties with Maria Abramovich, and eating cakes that are.
Yeah. I heard Jay-Z word too, and Beyonce.
Yeah, they're all.
Jay-Z is a Freemason. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
There's pictures of Jay-Z, in his uniform. I mean, Jay-Z is 100% Mason.
Jay-Z don't look right in suits. He is one-eyed looking guy in a suit.
Look at all the people happy at Jay-Z. Yay! She's with the Abramovich. Look, they even got their hairs tangled. Or how about garb? I don't know what you call it. Garb? Is it a garb?
Hey, I saw the trailer tonight for a Queen documentary movie coming out. It looked like it's going to be awesome.
Oh, I don't know. It's propaganda, but it'll be entertaining, at least. I don't think we're ever gonna get a real story off of any
No.
well-made documentary.
Shaquille O'Neal's a Freemason. Everyone knows that. I mean,
yep. But here's the thing: we need Freemasons too. We need people who aren't high in Freemasonry to say, "Hey, you guys are being lied to," just like the agents out there, just like the police who aren't corrupted yet, but they don't want to be part of this corrupt system, but they got nowhere else to go. We need the alternatives in place.
Well, they've made it tough on whistleblowers. You know, it used to be, you know, all this talk about we'll protect you if you come.
Well, yeah, Obama did that.
Signing your own death warrant.
Yeah. But I think
I can't believe he's allowed to come to South Africa, period. He started 7 wars in them African countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went over there and he told Africa, hey, if you guys had air conditioning, the oceans would boil over. Get the fuck out of here.
And talking about men is starting to really irritate him now. I'm like, what is he talking about? Men starting to irritate him. It's time for a woman. I'm like, uh-oh. That sounds like Hillary is going to run.
It's right. Look, you've got a lot of years that left to complain about Hillary Clinton, especially when she's president. I mean, you think she has a lot of power now? Yes. Imagine all the power she's going to have when she's president, too.
We would have been in war with Russia already if she was president.
Yeah, aren't you happy about that, though? Isn't that what everyone's gearing towards? The Russia is the Red Scare.
She's not going to be president.
She's going to be president.
I'm sorry, you know. I know you're scared and you're thinking that way.
No, I'm not scared.
She's not going to be
It's
president.
good. It's good. They want to force it on people. It's going to accelerate the process, and people are going to start waking up, although too late. But they'll be waking up, and then we'll see a vastly different world than we see it now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry.
The world is vastly different right now as we speak.
Exactly. Well, yeah,
but
it's going to be vastly different with her in charge. Vastly different, and people are going to be happy to be at war with Russia when Hillary's in office, because they're
I don't think they're going to be too happy, because Oliver Stone already said while he was over there interviewing Putin for that series on Showtime, he saw the weapons and he said they are well advanced than us. We will not be able to win.
Like people are going to be like, hey, you know, at least Russia won't be able to meddle in our elections anymore in 2020. And American people are going to be like, yay, Hillary. She's going to make sure that she's going to protect our elections. The person who rigged the elections in 2016 is going to protect our elections when she's president.
Oh, screw our bet, man. Screw those 3 drinks. I want to bet you an ounce of silver.
Trump is going to win again. I'm agreeing with you, Nash. He's going to win.
He's not going to win.
Trump is going to win 2020. And I'll save you the suspense.
They've made it so he couldn't accomplish anything he said on a campaign trail. Nothing he said that the people in the Conservative Party wanted happened to Hillary Clinton. All the swamp that he drained, that didn't happen either. Wall's not going to be built. Mexico isn't going to pay for it. Immigration,
no, that
didn't
never
get
happens.
Stopped.
What politician across the board keeps promises?
Well, yeah,
come on.
Hillary Clinton's not in prison. All people really cared about is Hillary Clinton going to jail. And she's not. She's gonna run again because he didn't stop it, and she's gonna win.
As soon as he won, he said the Clintons are, you know, they're nice people. Yeah. Well, duh, they're your cousins, asshole.
And it's more people are going to be voting for her because of what Trump has done. All she has to do is say, "Hey, who repealed net neutrality? Hey, whose term was that? Oh, it was Donald Trump's." Like, it's people who
Well, why the Democrats not talking about that now? That today they was on the floor talking about election reform. I'm like, how the hell y'all talking about election reform and y'all rigged the election anyway?
Yeah, but look, see, that's the thing. They don't have any ammo. The Republican Donald Trump, he doesn't have any ammo against anyone anymore, especially against Hillary. That's the thing, and they wanted it that way.
You mean perjury and acid washing her computers and destruction of evidence and every single crime that this bitch has committed?
Can the Iwan brothers
nailed really quick?
Can the Iwan brothers be indicted? Can they go to prison for what they did? No. Why?
No, they're above the law. We already went through this. I told you they're cousins.
So with it,
enjoy the show.
They could just say Hillary Clinton's like, "Hey, look, One Brothers, they're free. You know, you had something against me? Nope. You have something against Debbie Wasserman Schultz? Nope, not anymore. There's nothing. There's no ammo anymore. And Donald Trump didn't see it coming, or he's just culpable and involved in the same way." He's just playing theater.
I know, and we can't go back to the moon anymore because it's too hard.
Yeah, it's too hard. We can unlock our home from halfway across the world. We can monitor our home with security cams. We can go from one area to the world to another. You know, like 10 times faster than we did in 1950s. Yet we don't have the technology to go back to the moon, Nash. I agree with you.
This is the bloodline. I mean, a 12-year-old girl put out a chart on ABC on television of how every president is related. And Hillary and Trump are definitely related. They are related through a guy named John Galt. And they're you know, whatever, like 19th cousins, but they are bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what we're gonna see. Also, here's another prediction. Wow, am I great? Am I an oracle? Am I the new Nostradamus?
Nostradamus.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We're gonna see a third party rise up, and it's going to take away votes from the Republicans. We're going to see a good libertarian candidate. We're going to have a lot more people of the conservative side voting for that rather than Trump. Because that's what's going to happen. That's another prediction. That third party thing is going to be another issue again. This time on the conservative side. Same thing that happened back in 2008 with Ron Paul. It's going to happen in 2020, and it's going to help the Democrats. Again.
What happened in 2008 with Ron Paul?
Exactly.
What happened? Asking you.
Oh, what happened? He was winning early on. And then the Republican Party, the RNC, they changed the way that some of the some of the other states would run the primary within that year. That was like unheard of. Usually you don't change anything during the year of the primary, but they changed the rules. And so that made it so Ron Paul pretty much lost a lot of headway from his lead. You don't change the way things are run during the year of the primary. You wait till the next primary system. They didn't do that. Look it up.
I remember seeing a video on Fox News, and they had the number 1 position, then the number 3 position, and the number 4 position. They wouldn't even show Ron Paul's face. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't even show him.
Yep. Fox News, Alex Jones. I'm telling you, people who watch them, I know there's some conservatives that watch. They're part of the system too. That's why divide and conquer. That's why you have 2 polarized ends at all times. It's anyways, it's getting to be well, this is almost like an open topic, anything goes. No need to change it. I mean, we do have to get to the same page somehow.
And it's a shame I have to go to Republican sites to get the truth. They have an agenda, but I get the truth because mainstream media is not giving it to you.
Yeah.
No, they never have. And that's the sad thing about the 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah, it used
really
to be
sad.
good. It used to be, but whew, Rachel Maddow, oh my God. I can't believe she's a Rhodes Scholar. She's a
So is Bill
corporate
Clinton.
whore.
Rhodes Scholar doesn't mean what
So
you
is-
think it means, Shirley.
Bill Clinton is a Rhodes Scholar.
Do you know what the meaning of Rhodes Scholar is, Shirley? You haven't been listening to Bill Cooper.
Look, Rachel reads off a teleprompter, and she's pushing an agenda. She's a sellout. Come on. She don't give a flying fuck about you or the country or whatever.
Nope.
She cares about her fucking...
Because the people in Flint still looking for her after she did 2 specials on Flint. They still looking for her. And Michael Moore.
I know, because I used to be on that team, man. I used to fucking live for Bill Maher. I thought Bill Maher was the greatest. Now I can't even fucking look at him. I can't even look at him anymore.
I used to
Yeah,
watch
because
his
every
show.
time a guest come on that did not vote for Hillary, he go after them. He goes after them. Sickening.
I'll do that piece another day. That's good pieces to do on their own. The whole Rhodes Scholar thing.
Bill Cooper.
Not just Bill Cooper, just the Rhodes Scholars
It's
in
not
general.
it's not Rhodes Scholar. It's Rhodes.
I call it Road. Come on, Jenks. I'm going to have to call you Nash. Stop it, Nash.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, all I have to say is, we're gonna have to be on the same page somehow, and you can't be on the same page without the truth. And if you can't even say that the system is corrupt and everything within the system is corrupt, and they've been lying to us about just about everything, and if you don't think that there's a big conspiracy, the big lie, then just look at some of the quotes from people within government. You don't trust what former FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover said? Just read his quote. So, yeah. Conspiracy is so big that people are going to be just... won't be able to believe it at all. And I'm starting to wonder if all the things that were said about J. Edgar Hoover were lies to keep him in check.
Yeah, because the D-State Eisenhower warned about the CIA, and JFK, that's why he did, because he was going to disband the CIA.
Yeah.
And the country didn't listen. Cheryl. They went back to their brainwashing little...
That's why
factories
MLK did,
we were told.
and Malcolm X. Everybody that was trying to get people together, they have been assassinated.
Mm-hmm. But hey, government's good. And the political system, it's fair. They don't cheat. They don't do anything wrong. Everything's set up fairly. You have your choices. Anyone else who thinks otherwise is conspiracy theorist. All you need is the Green Party, who've never made it into Congress, to make it into Congress. Not just Congress, but the presidency. All we need is Jesse Ventura and Jill Stein to become president, and the world will change for the better.
Yeah, I mean that's amazing. That's amazing
not gonna
philosophy,
happen.
Not gonna happen.
I would
not
love
gonna
it,
happen.
but it's not going to happen. The way this system is run. You talking about these people have been in business for hundreds of years. FDR was the last true Democrat.
Look at Peter Strzok up there laughing and fucking mocking the whole system. He was just like, I own this country. I have more intelligence and access to anything than you. I have the dirt on everybody. So you ain't doing shit to me.
Yep. Look, you're never gonna put someone in the FBI in prison. They got enough dirt. You're either gonna kill them, or you just have them retire. Right? They're too powerful. They have too much information. Knowledge is power. They have access. They know the dirt on anybody. You're right, Nash. What we need is someone high up within the FBI, CIA, NSA to come out and reveal everything, all the dirt that they have on everybody, and say, hey, look, everybody, here's the dirt on everybody, and this is why the system is corrupt.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Putin would do it. Because Putin knows all this shit too. Everyone knows. They just don't want to admit it to themselves, or they just want to just go about their lives. But our government is so corrupt.
Yes, it is. You need to go down there with a hazmat team and clean that damn place out. Hey, did anyone see Putin's interview with Chris Wallace on Fox? He came out with a document about them being involved with the Russian investigation. Putin started cracking up. I was like, this is priceless. Because he said it's a joke.
What was his name?
This is a joke. Huh?
Who was he interviewed by?
Chris Wallace on Fox. I think it was the day after the meeting with Trump.
Okay, here.
And Chris Matthews was like his fucking head was going to explode because Trump met with Putin.
Oh, well, Chris Matthews, oh my God. We could do a whole show about Chris Matthews. That guy is a sellout, traitor, piece of crap.
Didn't he say something was running up, he felt a film running up his leg when Obama got elected? He get heat on that. He had a funny feeling. Oh, what the fuck you talking about? Got a funny feeling.
Oh, there's a great thing. Did you guys know We Are Change and Luke Rudkowski? When he confronted Chris Matthews, I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I couldn't stop laughing.
That was funny. He evaded the question.
He wouldn't answer the questions to save his life. He's just like, I'm an overpaid fat whale, and I'm in part of a secret society, so I'm better than you. So, that's just how it is, man. Yeah, show your true colors, Chris Matthews. We understand. We know who you are. We know who you serve. And it ain't the people.
The longer this goes on, the more people divided. I don't think there is a solution. I think all it is people like us who see what's going on, who see the bad things coming, is to just get out. Get out of the cities. That's where if they're gonna do control systems, if they're gonna do even worse, if you want to go into deep conspiracy theories to kill people, it's gonna be in cities. So
the only winning move is to not play the game. How about a nice game of chess?
Hey Ryan. So yeah, I think.
Hey Ryan.
What's up?
I believe they have the UN out there in Chicago right now. I believe they have a secret storage facility hiding their tanks and stuff.
Oh yeah, martial law. Oh yeah, come on.
It would have to be a big facility.
It's a nice size.
Yeah, play that interview between that dude and Putin, dude.
The whole one? It's like 33 minutes, 35 seconds long. I'm just trying to find the one where he laughs at Wallace.
It's 33 minutes of all numbers.
Chris Wallace has a paper in his hand. I guess that's the indictment for the 12 Russians.
5. Nash. Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, here we go.
$65 and 74, 455. They say, you smile, let me finish. They say that
Ron, you're an overgrown cabbage.
Involved in hacking into Democratic Party computers, stealing information, and spreading it to the world to try to disrupt the American election. May I give this to you to look at, sir? Here?
Да, положите, пожалуйста. Да. Значит, позвольте мне,
let me
отвечая на ваш вопрос, начать
start answering your question with something a little bit different.
Смотрите, все говорят о
Let's have a look at it this way.
вмешательстве России.
People are talking about the purported interference of Russia with the election process in the United States. I've mentioned this in 2016 and I want to say it now again. And I really wish for your American listeners to listen to what I say. First of all, Russia as a state has never interfered with the internal affairs of the United States, let alone its elections.
But sir, this is the indictment. It shows things here. It talks about specific units of the GRU, Russian military intelligence. Is the GRU not part of the Russian state?
Я сейчас вам отвечу.
I'll get to it. Just have a little bit of patience and you'll get a full answer to your question. Interference with the domestic affairs of the United States. Do you really believe that someone acting from the Russian territory could have influenced the United States and influenced the choice of millions of Americans?
I'm not asking whether they influenced, I'm asking whether they tried.
Я сейчас отвечу.
I'm about to answer.
Сейчас отвечу. Вот это, во-первых, все-таки.
Well, this was the first point I'm going to make. If you'll have some patience, you'll hear the entire response.
Вот я говорил в 2016 году, хочу повторить сейчас.
I said this in 2016 and I say it now. The idea was about hacking an email account of a Democratic candidate. Was it some rigging of facts? Was it some forgery of facts? That's the important thing that I'm trying to, the important point that I'm trying to make. Was this any false information planted? No, it was these hackers that are being discussed, and I'll get back to it. Just bear with me for a moment. As we're getting told, they hacked a certain email account and there was an information about manipulations conducted within the Democratic Party to incline the process in favor of one candidate. And as far as I know, the entire party leadership resigned. They admitted the fact of their manipulations. So that's one thing, that manipulations with the public opinion should stop and an apology should be made to the public at large, instead of looking for the responsible, the party at fault. And now to the mentioned things. As I said in the press conference.
But Mr. President, may I just say, you're indicating that they stole real money,
Don't you like
not
my answer?
counterfeit money. So are you saying it's okay because the facts that they took from the DNC, from John Podesta, it was their real emails, so it's okay to hack and spread this information out and interfere with the election?
Послушайте меня.
Well, listen to me, please. The information that I am aware of, there's nothing false about it. Every single grain of it is true, and the Democratic leadership admitted it, the first point. Now, the second point. If you don't like my answer, you can give it to me straight away, and I just keep silence. And if you want Americans to listen to my opinion, could you please wait for a little bit? And now for the specific accusations. First of all, Special Counsel Mueller has accused a certain private company in Russia that is not even a very big enterprise. Its core area of competence is a restaurant business. And now, this company hired American lawyers and defending its integrity and reputation in an American court. So far, American court has not discovered any trace of interference whatsoever. Do you know it or not? But let the millions of Americans know about it. And now to the individuals from the Indictment Act. We, with the United States, we have a treaty for assistance in criminal cases, an existing treaty that exists from 1999. It's still in force, and it works efficiently. Today I referred an example of its efficient work.
No, and I'm not trying to interrupt.
Why would Mr. Miller...
I'm not trying to interrupt or be disrespectful.
Well, let me finish. Just let me finish. We're trying to interrupt, but I will finish. Why wouldn't Special Counsel Mueller send us an official request within the framework of this agreement? Our investigators will be acting in accordance with this treaty. They will question each individual that American partners are suspecting of something. Why not a single request was filed? Nobody sent us a single formal letter, formal request.
Let me just say, I don't want to interrupt, and I want to ask one question and move on to other subjects. Why do you think Robert Mueller issued this indictment 3 days before you and President Trump met here at the summit?
I'm not interested in this issue in this single bit. It's the internal political games of the United States. Don't make the relationship between Russia and the United States, don't hold it hostage of this internal political struggle. And it's quite clear to me that this is used in the internal political struggle. And it's nothing to be proud of for American democracy to use such dirty methods in the political rivalry.
Do you think that Mr. Mueller is trying to sabotage the relationship?
I don't want to make any assessments about his operation. It is for Congress that appointed him to do this, to assess his performance. And I think court actually had some doubts about the due procedure about appointing Special Counsel Mueller to the post that he now holds. I think that American court now believes that it was done with the infringement of the American legislation, but that's none of my business. Please address it yourself.
Actually, Congress didn't appoint them. The
procedure within this treaty, and you can use this procedure to address us.
I thought the news conference today, my opinion, was a bit curious because President Trump spent more time criticizing the Democrats and asking about the Democratic server than he did in criticizing Russia and asking about the GRU. There are many theories in the United States about why President Trump is so reluctant to criticize you, and I'd like to ask you about a couple of them. One is that you have something on him, compromise. The other is that as a skilled politician and a former KGB officer, you know how to play him. You use phrases like fake news and deep state. And my question is, do you find President Trump easy to deal with?
Well, the first point I'm about to make is, why did we talk about like the polite people? Why should this come as a surprise? Was it worth going all the way to Helsinki, going through the Atlantic to just insult one another? And well, it's not exactly the diplomatic standard in the world. There's no need to go and meet personally if you just wanted to insult another person. We met to try to find a way for improving our relationship and not aggravating it or destroying it completely. The second part of the answer is whether we have something on them. We don't have anything on them, and there can't be anything on them. I don't want to insult President Trump when I say this, and I may come as rude, but before he announced that he will run for presidency, he was of no interest for us. He was a rich person, but, well, there's plenty of rich persons in the United States. He was in the construction business. He organized the beauty pageants. But no, it would never occur to anyone that he would think of running for president. He never mentioned his political ambitions. It sounds like it's another nonsense. I just mentioned this in the press conference. St. Petersburg Economic Forum was visited by 500 businessmen. Well, pretty much every one of them is a major industrialist, a tycoon of a greater scale than President Trump. Do you think that our special services actually organize surveillance on each and every of them? Well, unlike you, unlike the United States, we don't do this. We don't have enough resources, we don't have enough manpower to organize the total state of control. That's not part of our plans. And it's clear that we did nothing of that kind against Mr.
Anyways, people can watch the whole thing. Here's the thing. Like, people who think that Putin put all his efforts into getting Donald Trump elected. Look at what people thought about Donald Trump before the election. Like he had a chance. The front runners was Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush. And you know what?
Low energy.
Yeah, low energy. And then the next candidate that was touted as being pretty big early on was the other low energy guy, the doctor, the black guy, and like he had a chance. And then Ted Cruz,
Ben Carson.
Yeah, Ben Carson. And like anyone who thought that Trump had a chance, they laughed. They laughed. Just go back and see it. They laughed. And then who called Trump to run? Who called Trump to run?
Clinton.
Bill Clinton. He said, "Hey, you should run." And Trump's going, "Okay." It's like, "Why do you want me to run against your wife?" It's like, "No, I want you to run in the Republican Party." And it's like Trump is like, "What? I'm a Democrat." He goes, "No, you want to run as a Republican. Now we can have whoever wins will still be a Democrat." And he's like, "Okay." Trump's like, "Sure, I'll run. Plus, I'll probably find a way to make money out of it." He didn't think he was gonna win either. The Clintons touted him as the you know this, Shirley.
Yeah, in the emails it said pump Trump up, telling the media.
Mm-hmm. He's the Pied Piper. It's like, hey, look, we'll have Trump win, get the entire media to focus on Trump, get him to become the Republican candidate, and then during the general elections, Hillary Clinton is going to win by a landslide. Look, if that was the Clintons' plan,
I want to double down on that bet. Come on, I don't think Hillary is. There's no way. Not happening. Not happening. Bullshit. 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 Hillary ain't winning 2020. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but you would rather have Donald Trump than Clinton. Thus, Clinton is going to win.
Any day. Any day. I'd rather have Godzilla.
Yeah, I know.
Than Hillary Clinton.
Look, this truth hurts you. That's why you don't want to believe in it. But look, there's no ammunition that Trump can use against Hillary Clinton in 2020 unless Hillary Clinton goes to prison. She's not going to go to prison. And then he can't call her Crooked Hillary anymore. I'm not saying she is.
I'm the one who's saying that they're family. I'm the one saying that they're cousins. Of course she's not going to prison, but she ain't going to win the presidency in 2020 either.
Because people are going, oh, Trump is with Putin. He's a Putin puppet. Still to this day, he's a Putin puppet. Still to this day, he's a misogynist. Still to this day, everyone would have loved Hillary instead of Trump as president. There's everyone who's a Democrat who didn't Dem exit is going to be a Hillary Clinton voter. And no one who's out there is going to make any difference. They're not going to vote for Trump. If anyone's going to vote, they're going to vote for a third party. The third party that's going to be trumped up is going to be libertarians, progressive libertarians, Green Party's not going to make a dent.
You're locked into a one state of mind thing, and that's not true. I've seen people wake up.
I've seen
Democrats wake up. I've seen people that voted for Hillary against Trump.
I'm
who
either
would
going
never
to be
vote for
wrong
Hillary
or I'm
today.
going to be right. And most likely I'm going to be right, and things are going to be worse off. Because when have things ever gotten better? Do we make predictions because we want it to be better?
It wasn't better under Obama either.
Yeah, we don't like the predictions we make. Just like Bill Cooper didn't like the predictions he made, but he had
you're
insight.
making predictions yourself.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like the predictions, but I have a good idea that it's going to happen. I don't want Hillary Clinton to be president. I want Hillary Clinton in prison. I want Donald Trump to put her in prison like he said he would put her in prison. And if he can't even do that, he's not going to win in 2020. Because she's going to run in 2020. And she's going to beat him because she's not crooked Hillary because he couldn't put her in prison. As president of the United States, couldn't put a crooked, well-known crooked person, Hillary Clinton, in prison as president of the United States. Shows how powerless Donald Trump is. And how powerful Hillary Clinton is. Hillary Clinton isn't anywhere near the political sphere, yet she's untouchable. Every mainstream media outlet out there supports Hillary Clinton except for Fox News and Alex Jones.
All right, now think about that. Why is that? Why is that happening?
Exactly
why is that allowed?
Exactly.
But you know the answer.
I know the answer. People know the answer too, but they don't believe it. They don't think it's going to happen. And you know what the DNC did? They shored down everything to make sure that everything that happened in 2016 isn't going to happen in 2020. You can't even have an independent or anyone else outside who's a Democrat run as a presidential primary for the DNC anymore. They didn't switch.
What I don't understand.
They didn't get anyone better than Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Of course, that's a low bar to become the DNC head. They're still the same. They're touting the same things. They haven't
what I don't
become
understand
progressive.
is even at their age, like career politicians. This is what I'm going to do to the day I die, to my last dying breath. I don't get it. Why don't they retire and just go enjoy life? They have all the money they need. Why are they still up there?
Because they're psychopaths. They want the power. They want power. They want more. They want more money. They want more power. They just want more. They're psychopaths. You think any one of them is going to go out and just enjoy fishing and playing video games like the rest of us? You think they're just gonna want to sit back and enjoy their $1 million mansion and just watch TV and swim and have sex with celebrities all day, all night? No. They want to be in control. They're psychopaths. They want to do whatever they want and not be accountable for it.
And that's why they trying to get Julian Assange so he's not able to get information.
Yeah, there you go. Another shoring up strategy of the DNC. Power players. Guess who liked WikiLeaks? Donald Trump even said it. But you know who's not supporting Julian Assange or WikiLeaks now? Donald Trump. And Julian Assange isn't going to be a power player anymore in the 2020 election. It's like, hey, guess who wanted them to drone Julian Assange? Who wanted to drone Julian Assange?
That got there, Hillary Clinton.
There you go. So with Julian Assange out of the picture, with Bernie Sanders out of the picture, who do you think is going to run in 2020? Hillary Clinton.
She may run, but I still think she's going to lose.
She's going to win.
Ebon, you are high.
Because Trump is going around doing all these campaign
give me
rallies.
something tangible. Give me a tangible reason why Hillary Clinton's going to lose. Just not by belief systems. I gave you five. I gave you five logical reasons.
You don't even know she's running yet.
The Democrats don't have a message, first of all. And this polls today say it's not looking good for them. It's in the midterm election this year and 2020. She will lose again because he's running around doing campaigns supporting other other people.
Hillary
She
Clinton's
just supported.
Hillary Clinton's already
Not
doing,
Hillary-
running in is already making speeches in key political states. Why do you think that is right now?
Speeches. She's not doing any rallies like Trump
Oh,
is
she's
doing.
making rallies.
She's losing
little thing
numbers.
she does.
She couldn't rally them the first time. Now she's out
She's
there.
rallying them now because
no,
they see Trump and they're scared
believing
of
the
Trump.
hype. You're believing the hype.
No, I'm not believing
Don't
the hype.
believe the hype.
You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance, man.
Look, I'm seeing
What
the
does
hype
Ryan
occur. I don't believe in the hype. I don't like Clinton. You guys know that. I'd want Clinton
know
in
you
prison.
don't.
Heck,
I do.
I'd want Clinton worse than
The media
prison's
supports Hillary
good.
Clinton
Prison's good.
because
I like the fuck you in the ass prison. I hope she goes in there. And
I wish you'd stop beating up on my woman.
yeah, I know.
I
I'm
agree with you.
sorry.
She
I
broke
know
the
you
law,
love
man.
Hillary,
She should
Ryan,
go to
but
jail.
I'm telling you, hey, at least she'll be president. You'll be happy about that, right?
No, I'm just saying Hollywood, the left, media, everybody supports Hillary, and that's the mainstream. But they're a small minority when people separate themselves from that. This is the unity of the American people. Look, we know how to detach ourselves from the media and Hollywood. We know you're a
look
bunch
at the
of
numbers. How many
brainwashing
of us are
bullshit
detached?
artists.
How many of us are detached, Nash? What's the biggest
Man.
detached YouTube channel out there? The biggest that's detached. I'm not talking about even Jimmy Dore. He's not detached. He's part of TYT.
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie, maybe. He's part of the
Ryan from
establishment, I'm
Australia.
sure.
63 million subscribers.
I'm writing your name in, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Our numbers
The
are
last-
low.
the last-
People who are detached, people who are here, it's low. People are still on TYT train, the Alex Jones train. They're in the some people are still, even people in the TYT train aren't really with RT America either.
I know, but this is like the internet world. When I go out and I talk to my neighbors and I talk to people in the supermarket and I talk to people at the bar, I mean, people are pretty, like on point, socially.
And those people
outside
find
of the
you
internet.
boring because all you do is talk about political stuff.
And then if you ask them who they voted for,
Sorry,
guess who
Nash.
they voted for, Nash? They either voted for Trump or they voted for Hillary. They didn't vote for Jill Stein. Jill Stein got what, 1.1 million? You'd have to go out to like
half of them don't
be
even
like
know who
100
Jill Stein is.
What?
Never. Most people never even heard of Jill Stein. Most
Yeah.
people don't even know about Building 7.
Yeah. There's 500,000 people at least on average in each state that voted for Jill Stein. That's how small it is. And
I voted for.
Yeah, so did I. I voted for Jill Stein. Bernie Sanders vote for primary, Jill Stein for presidency. Not much of a choice.
I voted for Jill Stein too.
Yeah. But you ask anyone out there who was for Bernie, guess who they voted for? They voted for Jill Stein.
population
They
of
voted for
America is-
Hillary Clinton. Like I
The
said,
population of America is 300 million, something like that.
I was in
What are
Somerville,
we, just a
Massachusetts.
few hundred?
I was in Somerville, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts. Commute every day for work, where there's thousands of people who commute. I'd see people with Bernie Sanders little tags on them, their buttons, and I go, "Hey, Bernie Sanders, who are you voting for now that he's not the nominee?" Hillary Clinton. Every person, Hillary Clinton. Every person with a button. Every person with Bernie Sanders memorabilia. Who are you voting for? Hillary Clinton.
You didn't run into no one that was voting for Trump. That's impossible.
No, that's Boston. You can talk with Kelly Lane. Go to Kelly's show. Ask her about Massachusetts. Ask her about Boston. She'll tell you what it's like in Massachusetts, even within the universities within there.
Hey, I grew up in New York, man. I grew up, I told you, I was friends with senators. I knew Senator Frank Lautenberg, and I knew Senator Lena Winneco, sleepovers. I grew up with their kids. I know these people. I know these people.
Okay.
And Hillary ain't going to win in 2020.
Just because you know people, Hillary's not going to win 2020? Because you know people?
No way.
We have no
Nope.
evidence of that? I could say, hey, I know people. Hillary Clinton's going to win 2020. trump that there, Nash. Look, you need something tangible, and we're having a discussion. I'm bringing
Well, I can say the same thing to you. You're the one who's saying that Hillary's going to win in 2020.
Yes, and I'm giving you examples.
Where's your
I'm giving you examples. Look, here's one example. I'm telling you.
No,
Hillary Clinton's not.
It's all speculation.
Is Hillary Clinton in prison?
My brother.
Speculation. Look, I'm giving you tangible things and you're denying it. I'm giving you one example here. Just one, and I'll keep going. I just want a counterexample from you. Hillary Clinton isn't in prison, and she's not going to be in prison in 2020. Do you think Hillary Clinton is going to be in prison?
Did you say Hillary prison?
Is Hillary Clinton going to be in prison? No, she's not, Nash. And all you're doing is going to your drunken stupor as an excuse. You won't even answer the question. So how is this a discussion? You're putting your blinders down. You're putting your blinders down.
Ask me the question.
Answer the question. Is Hillary Clinton going to be in prison in 2020? By 2020? No. Did President Trump say that if he was president, she'd be in prison?
Yes,
he said a lot of things he didn't follow.
Exactly. So, do you think there's going to be any power to whenever Donald Trump refers to Hillary Clinton as Crooked Hillary in 2020?
Do you know that they're cousins?
Yes, I know they're cousins. Look, I just want a simple yes or no. Is there going to be any power in him calling her Crooked Hillary in 2020? No. And do you know why it's no? Because he didn't put her in prison.
Really
if she was really look, I'm repeating this again. He can't call her Crooked Hillary, and he called everyone a name. But he can't call Hillary Crooked Hillary anymore because he didn't put her in prison as a president. 4 years to put someone who's knowingly a criminal, and she's not in prison yet, even though he said, "Hey, if I was president, you'd be in prison. You'd be in jail." That's what he said. You can't call her Crooked Hillary anymore. He spent 4 years and she's not in jail.
I understand your frustration. I understand.
So that's one example. Now give me one example where Donald Trump will win. Give me one example over Hillary. Give me a tangible advantage of Trump over Hillary in 2020.
He's keeping up with his base.
Okay, his base. He keeps saying that he's in sync with his base. Hillary has a base too. She won the popular vote. And now she's going to key states where she lost, and she's campaigning there. So
if California and New York wasn't there, she would have lost dramatically.
If California and New York are huge for Hillary. Huge for Hillary. Yeah. And there's no if they didn't exist. California and New York aren't going to be annexed from the United States in 2020. I'm sorry. It's also going to go towards Hillary again. And Donald Trump lives in Manhattan.
He's keeping up with his base, going to all these different rallies, campaigning
so is Hillary
for
Clinton.
Republicans.
She's doing the same thing. And tell me, what's one tangible thing that Trump has accomplished in his presidency so far?
Well, he stopped the TPP.
That's it. But he was going to revise another thing called TIPA.
Yeah, he was supposed
something
to.
Worse. He wasn't going to end NAFTA. He's going to renegotiate NAFTA. So he's not going to end free trade. He's going to do free trade his way, or within. It's just
what about the France Accord when he backed out of when Trump backed out of some environmental thing, and also look, EPA? I'm not a Trump supporter, but
me either.
You asked.
Look, we're not Trump supporters. We're not Hillary Clinton supporters.
Benefited the American people.
So we don't have any biases.
What has any president since John F. Kennedy done to benefit the American people?
Why even go there? We're talking about Hillary. We're talking about Trump. They're going to run in 2020. Hillary's going to win because Trump hasn't accomplished anything. He can't even say that she's crooked. And she's got no. It
will have to be an economic crash.
Ebon, you're falling into the
Russia
trap,
right
man.
now. People hate Russia because of Russia's alleged intrusion, and that's all started by the DNC, by the mainstream media, by Hillary Clinton. Julian Assange is out of the picture. He's not going to get any access back. He's probably going to be killed before 2020. DNC, they're operating the exact same way that they were before, except now they're not going to have their DNC email servers hacked. They got the same type of person within the committee chair for the DNC, very similar to Debbie Wasserman Schultz. They just want DNC to win. You can't have any independents running for the DNC. Like, I'm sprouting out hundreds. I could sprout out hundreds of things where they're just shoring up stuff for the Democratic Party, that there's nothing being done that's going to hurt Hillary Clinton by the Trump's administration. All the things that Trump is saying that he would do, he's not doing. Even though people who want him to do it, even me, I don't like Trump, but I want him to put Hillary in jail. I want him to drain the swamp. I want him to stop foreign interventions, but he's in foreign interventions. I want him, you know, things that he says he's not doing. The net neutrality got repealed on his watch with his swamp. No, on people on both sides.
I don't get that, because he talk about fake news and he goes on independent media. So why would he want that and go for it?
I don't know, but it's on his watch. He's the one who appointed the person, that funny looking dude.
He loves InfoWars.
Yeah. But hey, maybe it's just a way to channel more people from independent media to watch InfoWars and Fox. Because basically, guess who the majority that watch independent media? It's the people on the right, the conservatives, right? If you look at all the independent media people, the ones who got the biggest numbers, subscribers, people pouring money into it, it's the people on the right. So he wants those people being moved into Fox News and Alex Jones.
And I follow people on YouTube that's on the right. This one guy, Mark Dice, he's funny as hell. It cracks me up.
I think I subbed to him once. I'm not sure if I still am.
He have a lot of viewers.
Yeah,
Mark Dice is crazy too. I remember Mark Dice. He did a like man on the street interview, and he went out there and he was offering people, here's an ounce of gold, I'll give you a chocolate bar. And the people took the chocolate bar. They didn't care. Like, wait, people don't even know what's gold. But I don't really trust Mark Dice. I don't put too much stock in him. I don't put any stock in Alex Jones.
No, I don't trust him. It's just to watch him and see what he's saying.
Yeah, he's funny. I agree.
He's funny as hell, especially when he do to media. It cracks me the hell up.
Yeah, because I don't know. It must be something sadistic in all of us, that we're just like, look at how stupid people are. Like, wow.
All right, so
and Mark Dice definitely brings that to the forefront. He shows how stupid people are.
Here's some polls. Fox News, he should have an advantage. Donald Trump. He's got worse poll than Barack Obama. And Hillary Clinton's just worse than Obama. But look, Fox News poll, President Trump's approval at 44%. This is Fox News poll. I mean, it's way lower. And it used to be above 55%. Look, 55%. Now it's down to 44%, and it's going to keep going lower. It's going to keep going lower. The reason why I chose this is going to be biased in favor of Trump, and it's still 44%. That's why I'm using the Fox News poll. Because people who watch Fox News are the ones who are going to most likely vote for a Republican candidate. They're going to, and if it's low for Trump, it's going to be lower in any other type of poll. It's so even the conservatives, the right, they're not liking what Trump's doing. And there's a lot more fallout with Trump when he was starting to toe the line for Israel and for dropping bombs. And he's going to continue to do that.
Okay, let's follow the money. Detective Work 101. Who owns Fox News?
Well, who owns the money? Who can print money whenever they want?
Yeah,
the Zionists owns the money.
We're going to the top of the pyramid, right, baby?
It's even more the Zionists, the Vatican. It doesn't matter who whoever it is that's out there. It doesn't matter where to follow the money. The money is just created at the top. If we want to follow the money, it just always goes to the top anyway. So we even see.
So then it's futile.
Yeah, it's futile.
Unless it's futile unless we address who's doing this and why and blah blah. And then
well, another thing is
kicking around scratch.
Here's the thing: you got to see the markers that are occurring now in order to know what's going to happen in the future. And when we predict what the future is going to happen, because hey, all we have to do is think like the people at the top. That's all you have to do. If you can do that, you're going to know what's going to happen. So who am I in some basement, some Asian guy, jobless, with can't even get his hair cut? You think I am, and I predict it? It's gonna open up some people's eyes at least. Instead of 10 people watching, we might have 20 people watching next year in 2020 or in 2020. But look.
Well, I think your hair looks great, man. You don't need a haircut.
Yeah. So the markers,
let it grow.
The current things that are occurring recently and now, and what's going to happen in the slight future leading up to 2020, we're going to see a buildup of Hillary Clinton looking at the key swing states so she can win against Donald Trump in 2020. All the things that have been disadvantageous for her back in 2016 is now in her favor. Now in her favor. No more Julian Assange. No more independents running in the DNC for primaries. The news are all in line with her. There's no hit pieces on her. There's really nothing. She's not in prison, and the president who said who was going to put her in prison calls her Crooked Hillary all this time. Isn't putting her in prison. Isn't building the wall and having Mexico pay for it. Didn't really make the simple new tax brackets that people wanted on the right. His polls are 44%, way lower than when he got in a year after his presidency. It doesn't dip that low, and they're awakening now to all the showmanship that's going on. The more division that there is, even within the right has been divided. The conservatives were uniting under Trump of all people, and now they're dividing. And the Democrats are happy. And who's divided? Is the Democrats divided? No, it's low. They're just like, look, we either have the Russians and Trump, or we have Hillary Clinton glass ceiling on with her. People are going to be in line with that. And there's going to be no hit pieces.
They love to have it both ways, but they can't actually have it both ways. So the Democrats can't have a conservative candidate in 2020 and a liberal one at the same time. They might try, but that would just be kind of like somewhere midline, you know. It just would be basically, though. What I'm trying to say is if they go with the conservative one, then the Democrats, you know, what divided they are, you know, it's not going to get people out to vote. And then if they go with a left-leaning one, then the Republicans will be more so like rallying around Trump, most likely. But it's really, there's unknowns. So.
And here's the thing: the people like us that are independents, or some of you who are liberals or leftists, they call you Trump supporters. Even your husband, Shirley, calls you a Trump supporter.
Yes, he does.
They lumped everyone that's not in line.
She is.
Everyone that's
Ebon,
not
all I have to say to you is
Democrat.
one thing. One thing to say to you.
Okay.
You're the best around. Nothing's ever going to keep you down. You're the best. around, and then you keep the down.
Look, the only thing we could do right now, being small, is just think the way they do at the top, make predictions, make ourselves known. Hey, who predicted that Hillary Clinton would run in 2020 and that she would win? The very few minority, and right now the only minority is this Asian guy in the basement. The basement dweller.
Fucking North
And you're
Koreans.
about the only one, because she lost the black vote.
Yeah. I don't think she's
She
gonna
ain't
lose
getting the black vote, mate.
She's not gonna lose the black vote this coming time.
They're not gonna vote.
She lost them.
She'll
They
gain them
got
back.
hip to her.
Guess who's gonna be touting for Hillary Clinton more and more? Who are you seeing on the stage right now, Shirley? Obama. How's Obama
Yeah,
doing?
and people still don't know what wrong he has done. My husband get mad at me. Why you hate him so much? He used to love. I said, I stopped drinking the Kool-Aid.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm subscribed to a lot of black channels, and I'm plugged into a lot of black people, and I think there are thousands and thousands of black people who are on the Republican side who do not like Hillary. They're off the plantation.
You watch Yvette Carnell?
I know who she is. Not a everyday watcher, but I know who she is.
No, she don't. She's not on every day. She's only on Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, you
Cheryl
talked about
wants to
her
see
before.
Trump on the stage. I mean, I agree with Ryan. Cheryl wants to see Trump walking the fucking podium. She wants to see him up on the stage. Head of state.
Yep. 2020.
I knew it.
2020.
Trump 2020. Trump 2020.
Hillary could not fill up a gymnasium.
They are now. They're gonna have better optics. Have you seen?
Yeah, they hire actors. They did it on
Yes, they do.
when they was here in Philadelphia at the convention.
They're gonna pay actors more, and we're
I'm
seeing
sorry,
that.
but Hillary is yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. She's gone, man. Hillary's done. She ain't coming back. She ain't.
Like
She's
Ed
gone.
Schultz said before he died, he said the Democrats need to get rid of the Clintons. They are destroying that party.
The real determiner is if the Clinton wing of the Democratic Party has lost enough control of the fundraising apparatus so that they're not allowed to run. Because there is an oppositional element in the Democratic Party that wants to see them out. We don't like them. Those people are still centrists. Those are people like, like Kamala Harris and Ro Khanna and people like that. They're against Hillary. They'll support her sometimes when it's strategic, but make no mistake, they want to kick those people out and replace them with their own people. And if by 2020 have they lost enough control of fundraising apparatus? It looks like they might be starting to get enough control over it. They brought Obama out again, stumping. It
He's
seems
a pain in the ass.
There's too much money invested in Hillary Clinton for her not to run again. She's indebted, whatever it is, and she's the most popular Democrat still to this day. She still won the popular vote, even with all the hate, even with all the corruption that was blatant.
That's a bullshit number,
reason she won that popular vote was because of California and New York. That's it. If they weren't there,
and the places she lost, look, the people who realized, hey, they think it was gonna be a landslide, so they didn't even factor in all the states that she didn't even visit. Well, she's visiting them now. She's visiting them now. And you think you're not, and she's not gonna run again? They didn't drone Julian Assange, but they shut him up. You think she's not gonna run again?
I know she's been overseas touring. I ain't see her doing much anything in the United States.
Yes, she is.
I'm not saying she's not going to run again. I'm saying that it's still up in the air. I think
Trump 2020.
Look,
I think they could have a chance of getting out enough of her influence by 2020, so she doesn't run. It might be possible.
I don't think so. They don't have a damn message.
She's got more. Everything that they have for Hillary Clinton is just great. She's in speeches, gives speech, gives impassioned
and she was overseas
speech.
degrading the American
The fight
people.
is far from over. Hillary Clinton gives impassioned speech. Trinity College in Dublin. Gun control lobby gives Hillary Clinton participation trophy.
That's fucked up.
Look, the NRA are in favor of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, she's trying to run, dude. No doubt.
Is she back? Talk rumors that Hillary Clinton is plotting Hillary Clinton 2020 town hall opinion. Like,
I reckon Evan's just a hater.
Everything is pointing towards 2020 again because they're putting out feelers. Hillary Clinton is putting out feelers, and she's popular because there's no one else.
Well, and she's throwing money around. How else do you get the NRA's endorsement?
Yeah.
You know, she's throwing her weight around a bit. So
I don't know how we left
going
the bet.
around. You know, she's trying.
And guess whose watch that there was gun control legislation enacted? It wasn't Obama, even though the right said, "Oh no, Obama's gonna take our guns away." He didn't make one legislation for gun control that passed within his 8-year term. Within Trump's 2-year term, they enacted gun control legislation. Why do you think his poll numbers are down? Why do you think NRA is saying, "Hey, Hillary Clinton, we favor her. We're gonna give her a participation trophy and not Donald Trump"?
Yeah, they're trying to punish Trump too.
Yeah.
But I think that she threw some money at them or something.
Well, people throw money at her. I mean, who really thinks any of her speeches is worth $500,000?
NRA's not throwing money at her. She's throwing money at them.
No. Whoever wants her to win and stay relevant to beat Donald Trump and enact change, so the majority of the people are like, "Yay! Finally, we got someone we want," and it's Hillary Clinton.
Such a fucking fucked up losing strategy.
Yep.
Hey, either way, they're still getting stuff passed. They're gonna have. They still got their warmonger. They still have. They got someone who repealed net neutrality. They got someone who is gonna. What was it? What did we just talk about? That
Yeah, dude, I know your point. It really doesn't matter which one of them is in there. It's going to matter on the fringes. Yeah,
but it's really about the masses right now. It's mass. We're small folk. We're little people. We're like 1% of the 1% of the 99%. We're not even 1% of the 1% of the 99%. We're like 0.00001% of the 0.0001% of the 0.00001% of the 1% of the 99%.
Speak for yourself, man. All my broadcasts come from my private fucking jet. I'm flying from over Ryan's. I'll be over Cheryl's in the next hour or two.
Hey, can we even convince any of our family members to not vote for Hillary or
keep
Donald
your fucking
Trump?
chemtrails to yourself?
Surely,
I make sure to load it up with that shit.
Surely, if it's Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton in 2020, do you think you get your husband to vote for Trump, or even just not Hillary?
I would try to convince them not to vote for either.
Exactly. Do you think that'll ever happen? No.
Yes.
No. Hopeless. It's hopeless. The only thing that we could do is just keep telling what's going to happen by knowing who's in charge and how they want to shape things. We'll get enough traction, and then once there's enough people that see it, then we got a playbook. We got to create the playbook, show people the playbook that they've that they have. And when the playbook keeps happening, they can't ignore it. It's like, how do these people, a drunk, a basement-dwelling Asian, a sexist, misogynist black woman, how an Aussie Hillary Clinton lover, or a troll for TYT, like, how do they know what's going to happen in the world? And Ben from Tahoe. I don't know if you're from Tahoe, Ben. You change your name so much in YouTube, Ben.
Or you could say like a Chinese speaker, a white guy that speaks Chinese from Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
You know how we know some of this shit, dude? It's because we see it play out over and fucking over again, and everyone should see it.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense that people don't see it. They're just blinded by the goddamn wall of noise and these fucking distractions. And they're not seeing what's obviously should be obvious to anyone. No matter who is in that office, the policies don't change a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Study after study shows that public opinion has zero effect on policy, or near zero effect on it.
There's actually a chart that shows that. It shows the will of the American people compared to what lobbyists go for.
Maybe it's time to start seeking solutions outside of the election system.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No,
Garden.
I mean that's what everyone should be realizing.
Yeah, I know you're late to this conversation, but I was saying before, we got to give people an alternative to go to move to. Like
the courts, our Constitution and our government is set up in a way that allows for these kinds of situations and anticipated them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
only winning move is to not play the game.
But we just got to create a different game so the people can play the different game. We just alternative media happened, independent media happened. It gave people a venue to go to that's different than the current media. If there was a different type of movie industry where they didn't have to go to Hollywood, people would go to that. People.
Why are you mad at me?
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to emphasize a point. And, it's the same thing. It's like if
I'm mad at everybody.
The medical industry, like there's a big holistic movement. The people went to that rather than staying with the Western medicine. And you know what happened? All these holistic people got propagandized. They're saying that they're just whack jobs, whatever. And most of them are even been killed off. That happened. Look at journalism. People who
there's a lot of them that's been killed off.
Yep. So
I think that guy with the CDC was killed.
Mm-hmm. And agriculture. Big agriculture. We gotta give people something else to eat, and guess what? More people are eating these days: locally produced, organic, naturally raised, etc. They want to eat this stuff. They want to drink the cleaner water. They want to eat the cleaner food. There's alternatives, and people are going to them. But they wouldn't go to them if those alternatives weren't created.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that the courts are like the only thing we can do. I mean, going to the courts has to be combined with other things, like you're talking about, divestment. Like, and how do people divest? They have to have like alternatives, like local markets to go to. So we're seeing this build up, and you know, I'm not suggesting we completely abandon the election system. I think it's our civic duty to vote, and we should remain engaged with the system. But it shouldn't be our primary effort where we pour all of our energy into. You know, it's a kind of a dead end, and we're just engaging with it so we can maintain it. So maybe someday when things are working again, we can use it properly. We want it to be there if we do fix things. We want to be able to vote.
So like the system was kind of rectified by like FDR's efforts with so giving Social Security and the CCC or whatever it's called, PDA, those things. And then there was also like something else I'm trying to think about in precedents in history. Something else happening where I think it might have been around the time of the first Roosevelt, like in antitrust movements and stuff. Like,
yep, the antitrust movements, the labor movements.
Yeah, but we haven't seen too much of that antitrust stuff recently. I think I recall something like 96, 97, there was antitrust action against Microsoft. But like, and there's been something in Europe where they sued Google under like antitrust laws. But yeah, things like that could help us. If we want to look to something like that to kind of like back off the, I think like the corporations have their like talons in our politicians, and like the liberals and the Democrats kind of have their talons or whatever in the media, and we got to get like the fake liberal agenda, out of the way, and the corporations out of the way. And those are two huge obstacles, a huge, I guess, opponents or something places potentially you could focus.
Well, the problem with that Microsoft lawsuit was it wasn't a real effort to enforce antitrust measures on Microsoft. What it was the government bringing Microsoft to heel, saying, you're going to start cooperating with us or we're going to level these antitrust laws against you. It wasn't a real effort to,
Is that what it was? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, look at Microsoft now. Is it broken up? No.
Yeah.
If they had a desire to break them up, they would have. And they didn't. They were just telling them, you get a fucking line. You start giving us all the data we want and all the tech we want. And, we'll just let you keep operating the way you have, or else we're going to fuck you with these laws.
What? Why am I agreeing with Garden all of a sudden? What's going on?
Because you're a fucking sellout.
Because we've both been watching TYT 24.
Gardner makes pretty good points sometimes, man.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, he
Once
doesn't.
in a blue moon. I'm just kidding. Hey, Garden, did you know that William was on last night and went over to the same Ocasio or Cortez interview with Jenks and did the same fault lines? That's pretty good.
Oh, we did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a clear example of what's going on at that shit show.
Yeah. I mean,
don't say that.
Here's the thing that I like.
Ryan's gonna break down.
Is the people who are doing their research independently, and that's the thing, is people have their different shows. People do their own research, and when we come to the same conclusion, I think that's great. It shows that all paths lead down to this one basic truth that we can finally have within this world, that the leaders at the top are doing this for the betterment of the world, human species, the environment, the other animals out there. Things are getting worse. True. Things aren't getting better. True. And who's been in charge? The same people for decades, if not centuries.
I mean, like, oh fuck.
So
I don't want to spit out propaganda. I'm gonna shut up.
The people who we've been lied to. True. Are we gonna keep being lied to, or has there anything been done to account for these people who are lying that are in power? Are they accountable? Nope. True. So we're all getting down to that nitty-gritty where we see the problem, the underlying problem, the problems that keep occurring. They're not getting better. And eventually, once we're all at that point, yay, we got something where we could finally get enough people to see. It doesn't matter who's in charge. It's all a big lie. It's all gonna happen to what they want and not according to what the majority of people want. Or they're just going to brainwash the majority of the people to always get what they want, and that could be a problem with the whole democratic representative
I just
process.
think that measures could be taken to rectify the environment's course right now, like all the time, and that could be much more of a focus instead of lining the pockets and turning a blind eye and cutting corners at the sake of the environment. You could be focusing on that and regulating, mandating that, oversight, transparency with that right now. And that would be beneficial for like long term. I think that it's really a challenge to feed 7 billion people, and that there are legitimate like material, just actual things like there's just fucking there's difficulties in feeding everybody and taking care of or as many people as we do. And
there's not.
And like,
it's not.
but I
It's
think
not a
like
problem.
thinking long term, thinking about the down the road 20 years and planning for that, and focusing, with those kind of plans and long-mindedness, whatever. That's like super crucial. And whenever things are squandered, or whenever resources,
Surely you got
aren't managed properly, we're going to find people with all these fancy rhetoric and ideas like, oh well, we just don't have that much. We just don't have that much for everybody. Oh well, just all this kind of like resignationism in that. And I'm like, well, why don't we do our best at least? Because right now, like Ebon's saying that, it's like you see the world getting worse and everything. You see like problems magnifying, like Garbage Island doubling in size.
Well,
the corporations seem to just want to kind of brush Garbage Island under the rug, but it's wrong.
At this point, it's a matter of harm reduction. Like, we're not gonna, the death wave was already on its way. We're in the sixth mass extinction.
Yeah. Look,
40% of some animal species are 40% of mammals are gone from the earth or something like that. We have 40% less than we did 20 or 30 years ago. It's giant. We've got the climate issue and all this other stuff. The death wave is on its way, and there's no stopping it. It's a matter of building a break wall, as strong as break wall as we can, so when it hits, the damage is minimized. And that means changing all of our infrastructure, converting over to sustainable methods, amongst a host of other things we got to fix.
I think we just got to see that the leaders are failing. Here's the thing, against your point, Ben. Even Rome, even New York Times, even New York Nation is saying, hey, we could solve the food crisis. It would only cost $30 billion a year. That's it. $30 billion a year. Mark Bezos could feed the entire world for a decade just on his dime.
How much money is the Vatican sitting on?
Look at the way that's fucking framed. It could cost as much as $30 billion a year.
Yeah.
As much as? No, the phrase is as little as.
Yeah. And
how much money is the Vatican?
So
either how much money do we give to NASA?
Look, that
how much
was
money
either
do we give to Israel and Pakistan.
Look,
and
that was.
Egypt,
let me finish my point, Nash. That was in 2008. Either that was wrong, and they can't even estimate. And within the 10 years since that report has been up, that the leaders within this world haven't made that happen. Think about that. 10 years, the world leaders didn't make that happen. $30 billion a year is like pocket change to the amount of just the U.S.
It's enforced scarcity.
Yeah.
Scarcity is what drives most people to follow along with the system. They don't want to starve. They don't want to lose their home. Blah, blah, fucking blah. So if you eliminate scarcity, then shit, you've lost control of everybody.
Exactly.
You're a clever businessman or woman if you just see that, oh hey, now I can sell dirt. Oh hey, now I can sell you water. Okay, this is opportunity here. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's true. It's
it's
unfortunate and it's true, but it doesn't have to be unfortunate and it doesn't have to be true. That's what we're trying to get at, Ben.
Well, I think they want the U.S. to turn into their movie, The Purge.
Yeah.
Artificial scarcity is a term that came from the Rockefellers. That's right out of their playbook.
Well, they're using it now on the telephone when they call you. I can't stand talking them goddamn things.
Well, what's the opposite of scarcity? It's a surplus, correct? It's the simplest economic, most basic economic measure of all is that when you have scarcity, prices go up. When you have surplus, prices go down. So, I mean, it would just make sense inherently that the things that, you were in control of business-wise were, seemed to be scarce and so forth. Or were in effect, in the market, scarce enough to, procure a certain going rate.
Well, it's completely possible that these people are going to try, the way that they'll try to beat the wave that I was talking about is they'll just try to kill off a bunch of people. Like,
they already are.
I can definitely see them, some fucking country, even our own, releasing a flag or something like that if the population gets up to like 10 or 11 billion.
Hey guys, I gotta get going. Do you want to host, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll host.
All right, cool.
No one go anywhere.
Yeah,
just leave it on, Evan.
No one has to go anywhere on Zoom. People in YouTube, I'll direct you to just put the link in the live chat when you have the video up.
Oh, good night, dude.
All right, thanks, guys.
Give me a second to start the live
Good night,
chat.
Evan.
Good night, you guys.
Nice
Evan,
talking
you're
to
soft.
you.
You're soft. You're soft like a North
Trump
Korean.
2020.
I don't know. I'm pretty rough if you feel me.
Nah, you're soft, mate. You're soft.
He's soft like a South Korean.
Can you see that I'm not wearing any pants? Is that how do you know I'm soft?
If you were a North Korean, if you were actually a North Korean, you'd be hard as a rock, mate.
Yep.
I'm getting
That's what
hard.
they sell them. That's what they sell them on in DP.
Someone show me a Hillary Clinton sex tape. I'll start getting hard.
Oh God! He can't even get Bill Clinton that way. They haven't had sex in decades.
Remember, we have a bet, Evan. Don't forget.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.